All right, there we go.
Yep.
Check, check, check. Give me an audio check if you can while I pull this up. Testing, testing, 1, 2,
Check,
test.
check, 1, 2, 3. We are from Dill Field here at Oberlin College, site of the Regional Semifinal here in Division II, pitting the Comets of Amherst, the home team. I don't know if they're their home team or not, but taking on the Battling Bees of Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Used to be a conference game, is not any longer. But no, they're the Bees. So is Medina. They're all battling. Everybody's battling something, Rocco. If you just showed up, you would think it was the same color scheme as the Avon Lake Shoremen. Taking on the Oakland Athletics.
We're not on. It's like doing the same thing it did to us at Amherst or at Avon, where it's like 90% drop frames. Like it's not gonna let us.
No. I can run back and get the splitter.
I don't think you're gonna be back in time.
That would be pretty close.
I mean, either that or we just go on the straight.
High school, I don't know. College, I do know Tom Bennett. No, we're good.
Hey, their gas Wi-Fi is giving us more life here.
Yeah, we look good there.
Hold on, let me just. The problem is now it's not popping up on us. Okay, hold on, it registers that we're live now.
Why is it doing this? You like it there? Okay.
Well, maybe. Let's just see. I mean, that I can live with, the 3.4%, because the audio should still be fine.
Yeah, it's fine there.
I think we are live, though, so just mind that. All right, here we go. Test, test, test. Check, check, test.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. We are.
Or
That's going
unplug
to
that,
keep
yeah,
doing
unplug that,
yeah.
yeah. Check, check, check. Testing, testing. Check, check. Amherst, Brecksville-Broadview Heights, Regional Semi. Check, check.
Live from Oberlin.
There you go.
At the College of Oberlin, Dill Field, in the lovely municipality of Oberlin. 44074.
We're good.
They share a school district with Firelands, though. Nobody knows quite why.
Check, check. Amherst, Brecksville-Broadview Heights, Regional Semi. Check, check.
Live from Oberlin, at the College of Oberlin, Dill Field, in the lovely municipality of Oberlin. 44074. They share a school district.
Okay. We're good. Oh.
Letting you know that we hear it.
All right, we're good. All right, those tuning in right now, sorry for the audio check. We're doing pregame here in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. First pitch still scheduled for 5. And those tuning into this audio check right now will be back briefly with pregame. And first pitch coming your way at about 5. So we will see you guys soon. Where'd my mouse go? Am I? All right, we'll just do that for now. Mute up.
This is the WEOL Diamond Duel, live on WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram's YouTube channel. Coming up, the Amherst Comets take on the Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees. It's brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. And by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Dill Field at Oberlin College, the site for this evening's Division II Baseball Regional Semifinal as the Amherst Comets take on the Bees of Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Again, good afternoon, everybody. I am Rocco Nucci. He is Jared Kozar. And we have some fantastic WEOL and Chronicle Telegram representation on hand. Superstar writer Tim Gebhardt on hand as well. And Kristen Bauer will have all your photo needs as well. So make sure you guys support them in tomorrow morning's Chronicle Telegram. Read up on the post game from this one. And make sure you guys check out Kristen's photos in there as well. But again, I am Rocco Nucci. He is Jared Kozar. And this is the WEOL Diamond Duel. And before we go any further, let's thank our sponsors here this evening, as this one is going to be brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Network Land Title, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio, Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria, Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs, and by Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. And this is the pregame show brought to you by North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Turn those notifications on. That's the best way to know when we're broadcasting, where we're broadcasting, and how we're broadcasting. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. Certainly helps us out, helps our sponsors out as well. And Jared, I'll flex the WEOL/Chronicle Telegram muscles a little bit here. We're the only local broadcast out here this afternoon at Oberlin College. So really an honor to be on hand for this one. And we know after following Amherst last year, this is a team, a program, especially with Coach Roz at the helm, Matt Rossitano. This one means a lot, obviously, to him and his guys, but it means a lot, I think, for us as well to be here on hand for this one.
I want to echo those sentiments, Rocco. One Lorain County team left, and it happens to be the Amherst Comets following Elyria Catholic, who you and Ron Yant saw bow out yesterday. So, yes, the long reach of WEOL.com and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel has made our way out here and flanked by really the entire catalog. When you talk about our building and talent and what they have to offer, are going to be a part of this one today. You mentioned Tim Gebhardt and Kristen Bauer on hand. Just a terrific sun-filled Thursday afternoon. We've been in a nice pattern this past 8-9 days to be able to get some of this in. So I just want to, thank the weather gods right now as well.
So this one, again, a regional semifinal. The winner is on to tomorrow's regional final, where we already know after the 2 o'clock game came to a close, it was North Canton Hoover upending Hudson 4-0. So Hoover is on to tomorrow, 5 o'clock here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. The Vikings await the winner of this one, again, Amherst and Brecksville-Broadview Heights here in this Division II regional semifinal. Well, lots to get into here in this pregame show, but before we go any farther, why don't we step aside, take our first time out here in the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Amherst Comet head baseball coach Matt Rossitano. Had a chance to catch up with him as he shared his thoughts just about his journey here and of course, the task on hand today as his guys get set to take on the Bees of Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Again, it's Rocco and Jared here with you guys live at Oberlin College, a Division II regional semifinal. Coach Roz of the Comets coming your way on the pregame show right after this timeout.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
This is the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show as we continue to get set for tonight's Division II Regional Semifinal from Oberlin College. It'll be the Amherst Comets taking on the Bees of Brecksville-Broadview Heights, and Amherst head coach Matt Rossitano joins us now here again on the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show. Coach, as always, we greatly appreciate the time. As we were kind of talking off air, I know you and your guys certainly excited to get after this one here tonight, focused on the task ahead as you certainly should be. So let me ask you this, just with you, your guys, where's the confidence level at right now with this group, a group that's kind of gone through this gauntlet before? You brought a lot of guys back from last year's state championship game run. How are they kind of feeling heading into this Sweet 16 matchup here this evening?
Yeah, I think right now, anyway, is a little bit different from last year's run. Last year, in our playoff run to the state championship game, we really weren't playing that great of baseball. We were just, lucky enough to find ways to win. We were down 5-0 in the district championship game, scored 6 to walk off Riverside on back-to-back home runs by Landon Wolf and Harrison Schneider. We were fortunate enough to play pretty well against Green, against Oregon Clay in the regional finals last year. We committed 7 errors, but we're just able to out-hit our mistakes. Against New Albany in the state semifinal, we had 2 hits and 2 runs in the first inning and didn't get another hit until the 10th when we were able to eventually win it. And then we didn't play a very good game against Anthony Wayne in the state championship. So it was great to get there last year. We just really weren't playing great baseball, just finding ways to win. This year, on the other hand, we've won 10 in a row after losing back-to-back games to North Ridgeville and Toledo St. Francis. And in those 10 wins, we have started to get back to playing really good baseball. We played a really clean game against a good Stove Monroe Falls team in the district championship. Our pitching's been fantastic. Cale Charles and Harrison Schneider, I would put those 2 up against any other team's top 2 in the state. They just have been dominant all year. And when you have pitching like that, if you can get a little bit of run support, that just takes a lot of pressure off them. And lucky enough, our lineup has been a gauntlet this year. The lowest batting average in our starting 9 today is going to be .315. So there's not a whole lot of easy outs in our lineup. We're going to put pressure on the pitcher. We're tough to strike out. And when you're doing those things combined, usually it's a recipe for success.
Yeah, you sent me the stats ahead of this one, and thank you again for doing so. And yeah, you mentioned Schneider and Cale Charles, both with sub-1 ERAs. You mentioned the averages. Your 2-3-4 hitters today all have OPSs over 1,000. So pretty incredible what you guys have been able to do this season. I'm curious the dynamic of this season, Coach, because I know I hate to quit referencing last year, and I'm sure you guys are sick of that as well. But just with this year, obviously that end goal, I'm sure, getting back to that state title game, trying to win the whole gosh darn thing, right? But in your approach to this year, Coach, did you maybe have to at times, I don't want to say slow things down, but maybe take things on a more day-by-day basis? Even just talking off air, you kept saying, we're focused on Brecksville today. Did you have to do that at times this season, just with kind of focus on the game ahead or the practice ahead instead of trying to, look all the way into early June? Was that kind of something you tried to manage this year?
Not so much the expectations. We told the kids coming in on day one, based on what we did last year and all the guys we have returning with that experience, with that talent, they were going to be held to a higher standard. We were going to coach them hard. We were going to yell at them. We were going to hold them accountable. And, it took a few weeks of the preseason and even a week or 2 into the actual season for the guys to start figuring it out that we can't play as 9 or 10 or 11 or 21 individuals. We have to play as a team. And as long as everyone does their job and puts it on the next guy, then we're going to have success as a team. And as the season's gone on, we've figured that out more. And I think we're really coming together and gelling right now. Like I said, we're playing really good baseball, and hopefully that continues.
You've always talked about this group of guys and some of the tremendous leadership that you have on the roster, especially from some of these just fantastic seniors. How important was that leadership this year, just in terms of kind of doing what you just said, making sure it's not an individual approach every single day, but that guys are doing things as a group, as a unit, which is, as you know, Coach, probably more important in baseball than maybe any other sport.
Yeah, our senior leadership right now is it's been phenomenal. I mean, guys like Landon Wolf, who's been around the program, he was a bat boy when he was 6 years old, so he's basically another coach on the field. Harrison Schneider, 2A, conference MVP, Lorain County Player of the Year. He was nominated for State Player of the Year. So, and he deserves all those accolades. He's been fantastic. Then you got guys like Cole Marquez and Tyler Den. And then even you go farther to Xander Hopkins, Brody Glick, and Spencer Kane. Right now, I think their focus is they just want to win the next game and make it to one more day. And I said this last year, I'm not coaching today and hopefully tomorrow to make it to the Final Four. I'm coaching today and hopefully tomorrow to get the opportunity to coach this group of kids for one more week.
That's what it's all about right there. And I know you know that more so than most people. Again, it's Matt Rossitano, head coach of the Amherst Comets, joining us here on the North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco pregame show. They take on Brecksville-Broadview Heights tonight at 5, Division II Regional Semifinal. We'll have first pitch here for you shortly. Kind of circling back to the offense, we mentioned some of the numbers, some of the just insane averages that you have up and down the lineup. The OPS from the middle of that lineup as well is just incredible. What have you liked from your offensive approach this season? How have the guys really got themselves going on that side of the game?
Yeah, I think the offense really starts right now with Cooper Bingham. He's just been phenomenal all year. I don't have the stats in front of me, but, off the top of my head, he's hitting like 475, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs, 36 RBIs, 42 runs scored. He's just been so dynamic. And he's a guy where, we talked about it yesterday at practice, where depending on the situation, because we have really good hitters behind him, we may ask him to get a sacrifice bunt out. And, how uncharacteristic is that, to have, a potential first-team All-Ohio shortstop with great power numbers, taking one for the team and getting a sacrifice bunt down to put it on the next guy. That's always a possibility. And then, Wilkinson's been great. Once, he's flopped back and forth with Marquez leading off and batting ninth. They're basically 2 leadoff hitters there, top to bottom. Cole Charles can get really hot, and when he gets hot, he's one of the best hitters in the state. And then you got, again, going down the lineup, Landon Wolf, who set the school record with 54 RBIs last year. He's got 100 career total RBIs right now. And then he's protected by Harrison Schneider, who's been fantastic. We talked about him a little bit earlier. Then you get down to the guys that, Zach Diedrich, a sophomore, who he's just a hitting machine. His swing is short, simple to the ball, compact. It's one of those teachable swings where you go, this is what you want to look at to coach the next guy. Eli Toyota in the 7-hole plays second base. He got a lot of experience last year playing second base in the tournament run as a sophomore. Didn't hit really well last year, but this year, especially lately, he's just taken off. And then Zayden Rosario, our sophomore catcher, where, he missed a majority of the year with an arm injury, but he's back to 100%, and that just makes our lineup and defense so much better.
We approach first pitch, and this has been the North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco pregame show. Again, always a great time to stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco. Again, Rakanushi, Jared Kozar here with you. Dill Field at Oberlin College for this Division II Regional Semi. The winner on to tomorrow's Regional Final, where the Vikings of North Canton Hoover awaits. Let's get into this one, Jared, and get you our starting lineups today. Those are brought to you by our friends at Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Brecksville will be the first team to bat here today, and their lineup under head coach Mark Hassinger looks like this. It'll be senior left fielder Peter Shermonti leading things off. Max Ritter, another senior in right field, bats second. It's junior Wade Bender in center. He bats third, so all 3 leadoff men for Brecksville today in the outfield. Designated hitter Mario Mancuso, he's a junior in the cleanup spot. Carter Ponte, he's another senior. He'll catch today for the Bees. He'll bat 5th as well. Parker Anderson, a senior third baseman, will be in the 6th spot. Batting 7th, it's junior first baseman Caden Kostiak. Senior second baseman Evan Greek will bat 8th. And batting ninth today for the Bees, it'll be freshman shortstop Caden Kindle as they contend with Amherst righty Cale Charles, a young man we have become very familiar with here on WEOL. He is a Kent State commit. That's music to Rob Polinsky's ears, I'm sure there, Jared. Cale sporting a 10-0 record this season, 49 2/3 innings of work. He's given up just 24 hits, 6 earned runs, 8 total runs he's allowed this season, 73 strikeouts, 19 walks. This will be his 13th appearance, and that ERA, Jared, 0.85. So certainly the man that Coach Roz and these Comet faithful want on the bump here today as he gets set to deal against Brecksville leadoff hitter, that's senior left fielder number 12, Peter Shermanti, as we are all set for Division II Regional Semifinal baseball. Brecksville with the black tops, the white bottoms, Amherst, the green tops, green hats with the yellow trim and the white bottoms. Charles, the righty, into the wind. First pitch is delivered and served foul, right-hand side. 0-1 the count. First pitch being made here today at 4:59. Game time temperature of 77 degrees.
Rocco, I think when you read those numbers, and certainly a guy like Charles, the ace of aces in Lorain County, but they think, well, he's a strikeout artist, and sometimes you pitch to contact just the same.
Charles is 0-1, misses below the zone. Good take by Shermanti, 1-1. Amherst got here making quick work of their district opponents. They blanked both of them. 20-0 their win over Max Hayes in the district semis, and then they shut out Stowe 7-0 in the district final. Here's the 1-1 from Charles. That one roped towards the shortstop Bingham. Doesn't glove it cleanly, then gets it, and on a hop, nice play by Landon Wolf to dig it out. And there's one away. 6-3 on the putout. Cooper Bingham, way to stick with it. And he fired a bullet over to Landon Wolf to retire the speedy Shermanti.
Like you said, stuck with it, but it also helps when Landon Wolf's on the receiving end, one of the premier players in the county, and also does it with the leather as well.
Yeah, we don't just say that because of our friendship with Amherst Athletic Director Casey Wolf, Landon's father. Landon has certainly earned all the accolades and respect that he has shown, as that one misses outside. 1-0 to Max Ritter, senior right fielder. No stats for us today for the team from Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Kind of joked about that with Coach Roz when I was on the phone with him earlier today. Both them and Brecksville, you know, they keep secrets. They don't just post everything on Max Preps like a lot of teams do, as that 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike to Ritter, 1-1. So apologies on that front. We won't have the numbers for Brecksville here today, but we will have stats for the Comets. 1-1 the count here for Ritter. Charles has pitched to him. That one misses outside, 2-1. Again, Charles 10-0 this season. He is their main ace at 49 2/3 innings of work, although Harrison Schneider not too far behind, 44 2/3 innings of work for Harrison. Cale's 2-1 is chopped foul, first base side, past the outstretched glove of Landon Wolf.
I'm going to toot my own horn. I like what I came up with, ace of aces.
I like that.
That's what he would be
there
to
you
me,
go.
I think, in that stable, because there's a lot of talent.
Well, it's hard to disagree. Again, a Kent State commit. Him and twin brother Cole both committed to play at Kent State. A couple of college commits. Landon, he's going to go to Ashland, and Harrison Schneider, another guy we mentioned already. He'll go to Bowling Green. Your Falcons getting a heck of a player. His timeout is called at home plate here. 2-2 is the count on Max Ritter. Top of the first as Brecksville takes their first at bats. Nobody on, one down. Charles the righty, his pitch. That one missed downstairs. Count is full on Ritter, 3-2.
His coach, Matt Rossitano, also very familiar with Bowling Green and was able to, I think, grease the skids if those needed to be, indeed. I think Harrison's play speaks for itself.
I think Roz was happy to see Harrison select BG as the 3-2 misses upstairs. And Cale Charles will walk the second batter here today. First walk, but the second man in the lineup, I should specify. So Ritter reaches on the one-out walk. And Wade Bender, junior center fielder, wearing number 8 for Brecksville here today, climbs in that left-handed box. I know that piques Jared's interest a little bit, the native lefty here on the broadcast. I'm one of those fake lefties. I just shoot a basketball that way. Everything else is righty. As that pitch to Bender in there for a called strike, 0-1.
Keep him guessing. That's the way you got to go. I'm just, handwriting.
Traditionalist
handwriting,
on that front.
basketball, play baseball. Equally bad at all of it.
Pick off to first, not in time. Ritter back in there with a head-first dive.
We got Gebby, too, sporting the lefty.
Gebby's a lefty over
Career
here.
lefty.
I didn't know that. All right.
Yeah, he's a native lefty. Yeah.
How about that? Boy, I'm outnumbered here. That one misses upstairs. Count evens up at 1-1. Charles has missed up with that fastball a couple of times here early.
And if you brought Rob Polinsky in, you'd really be outnumbered.
Well,
It's a good thing he's not available.
that one I knew. I did not know about Gebby. They'll pick off play again, not in time. Boy, beautiful day here at Oberlin College. Not a cloud in the sky. Jared, you said it off air during pregame. We've really been on a nice stretch here of good weather. A little breezy down in Canton for Ron Jans and I last night as EC, man, dropped a heartbreaker to Canton Central Catholic. Kales 1-1, ran in and nearly got Bender. Instead, it missed for a ball, 2-1.
Yeah, you guys had a great call that game, and hats off to Ron Jans. May not really have an opportunity to join us the rest of the way out. We're not sure how things shake out, but
Right.
he was really the voice of the Panthers the last 3 weeks, and they love him.
When you said it, we're not sure how things will shake out. Amherst is our last team left, both baseball and softball-wise, as Charles is 2-1, misses up, 3-1 now. And so you wonder, is there maybe a little too much juice, a little too much energy right now within Cale Charles? He's struggling to spot that fastball. 3-1 the count here. He's already walked one. That's Max Ritter, as Charles takes a step off and looks him back.
I don't think he's missed by much in the last two offerings.
Charles back to it now, his 3-1. That one popped foul, third base side, looking but not able to make a play is the Bowling Green commit, Harrison Schneider. As that one lands, foul. Count runs full now at 3-2.
Plenty of foul territory over there by third, and then we get to the first base towards the outfield. A little bit different dimensions.
Yeah, well, they got the dimensions posted, although it's so small, I'm not sure if I can read it. What is that, 320 to the corners? 325 maybe? That's about 400 to dead center. So you can split the difference there for the power alleys. Charles is 3-2, misses outside by a whisker. And Wade Bender works another walk, back-to-back. Surrendered by Cale Charles as Max Ritter moves down to second. Bender takes his spot at first. And it'll now be junior DH Mario Mancuso digging in for Brecksville in that right-handed batter's box, wearing number 20 for the Bees here today. So Charles, 19 walks given up all season, 2 already here in the first. He'll check the runner at second. He'll fire. Fastball missed upstairs to Mancuso, 1-0. Talking with Coach Roz, Jared, he said in any kind of emergency situation, because obviously the goal is for Cale to go the distance, it would be Brody Glick. In any kind of longer-term relief situation, Harrison Schneider would be on in a one-inning save need. That 1-0 missed inside as well, 2-0.
Yeah, he's having some struggles here right now. And the other thing is, once you're not accustomed to this sort of a setup, you get runners on board, and it can kind of, take care of some of those idiosyncrasies too and add to it. And they're good athletes at the top of the order.
Yep.
We've talked about that.
2-0 the count here to Mancuso. Charles in a bit of a jam here in this top of the first. He'll throw to second. Play there. No. As Bingham was covering the bag, just kind of snuck in behind Max Ritter. Boy, I'll tell you, pretty good throw, pretty good tag applied there by Bingham, but heads up sliding there by Ritter to get back in. Count stays split at 2-0. Charles will take another peek at Ritter. Now he's set, fires. That one swung on, foul tipped at the plate. Count moves to 2-1. Again, no numbers for the Brecksville offense, although you figure Mancuso, a good RBI guy. He's the DH. He's batting cleanup, so all that would indicate that he's a guy that Coach Hassinger entrusts to try to drive in runs. Check swing. He went around, though. And the count moves to 2-2. Nice pitch there by Cale Charles. Jonathan Pooler's the home plate umpire. Chris Howard has first base duties with Tim Ward opposite of him at third. 2-2 the count here to Mancuso. 2 runners on, no score here in this top of the first. Cale steps off, throws back again. Bingham's tag not in time. So these base runners, to your point, Jared, they're pestering Cale, I guess you could say, here in this top of the first thus far.
Well, they know the longer that battle goes, the more it favors them that eventually there's going to be a miscue and that ball winds up in center field.
The 2-2. That one lifted foul, out of play, first base side. Landon Wolf will give chase, but no shot at it. So we will do it again at 2-2. I'll tell you what, though, Jared, in a couple of games that we've seen already on WEOL this postseason, I mean, last night, Elyria Catholic, they get off to a 4-0 lead, ended up not meaning anything. I shouldn't say not meaning anything, but Canton Central Catholic, they came right back and took the lead. EC, to their credit, fought back again, but unable to get over the hump. Keystone had a golden opportunity to get one in against Waynedale, ended up giving up the lead in that one. So an early lead doesn't necessarily result in a win. Ground ball to Bingham, and the throw to second skips off Toyota's glove, and it's into shallow right field. Ritter will come all the way home to score. Bender moves to third, and what could have been a double play ball instead, an error on the Comet infield. And one run will score for Brecksville. It's 1-0 Bees here to start this ball game. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, run scores, runners at the corners, it's just one down now, too. That was the other thing. You had it in your head that if Charles could get the guy at the plate, then that could get you out of the inning with the next out regardless.
Carter Ponte.
And again, Taylor made, I wouldn't say double play ball, but just nothing routine about it at this level.
No.
But
A play you got to make, though.
They've turned that before.
Carter Ponte, senior catcher, digs in, takes strike one. So again, Max Ritter scoring on the play. Wade Bender moves to third. Mancuso stays put at first on the error. It's 1-0 Brecksville here in this top of the first. Still just one down. Cale Charles just trying to get through it right now. And he'll step off as time is called at home. Late timeout gotten in there by Ponte, but he got it. This is a Comet defense that just doesn't make that many errors. 26 of them they had through 28 games, so less than one a game. And already one here in the first. As that one is chopped towards Toyota, can he redeem himself? He'll take the guaranteed out at first. Probably the right play, but that does allow Bender to score, and that makes it 2-0 Brecksville here in this top of the first. Mancuso moves up to second. Ponte retired at first. 4-3 on the putout. But he'll get an RBI to his credit on that ground out, and again, 2-0. Brecksville-Broadview Heights now leads Amherst. It's Parker Anderson now, senior third baseman, digging in, wearing number 2. Cale's first pitch to him is a fastball that's lifted high to our right and out of play. 0-1 the count on Anderson. Starting defense for Amherst looks like this. Zayden Rosario behind the plate, Harrison Schneider at third, Cooper Bingham at short, Eli Toyota at second, Landon Wolf at first, and the outfield it's Cole Marquez in left, Nick Wilkinson in center, Cole Charles in right. 0-1 pitch misses inside. Count evens up at 1-1. And again, starting lineups today brought to you by Judy Glenn and the folks over at Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across our wonderful state of Ohio. 1-1 the count here on Parker. 2 already across for the Bees here in this first inning. The pitch, swing and a miss by Anderson, came up empty on a fastball, 1-2.
Working ahead now, that's what Charles has to focus on here to try to get out of this inning and get on the sticks.
Well, one of the keys that Coach Roz mentioned in the pregame, and I'll make that one of our Buick GMC and Elyria Ford keys to the game, was trying to get ahead and play from ahead. Well, not going to be the case today for the Comets, so they'll come up short on that goal, but plenty of baseball, and we know his Comets are not just going to roll over at a 2-0 deficit. The 1-2 misses outside. Good snag there by Rosario to prevent that from getting all the way towards us. As we're situated nicely here at Oberlin College, I'll tell you what, right behind home plate here on the little catwalk in front of the press box, so we appreciate site director Mark Sofka for having us. 2-2 count here on Anderson. Charles will take a look at the runner. Now fires. That one lifted into right field. Going to be a tough play for Cole Charles, and he can't get there. It's a fair ball. Mancuso will score easily, and it's an RBI single for Parker Anderson. 3-0. Brecksville-Broadview Heights in this top of the first.
Boy, this is just something that 3 feels like an immense number when you read those numbers on Charles and giving up less than a run a game basically throughout his.
It's half his earned.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
With the error, I'm not sure how the earned versus non-earned works out, but 8 total runs
8
he's
total
allowed.
runs, exactly. And you're at 3.
That pitch chopped by Caden Kostiak right back to Cale Charles. He'll flip over to Landon Wolf in time to retire the side, but Brecksville, they strike for 3. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Our score, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3, Amherst 0. Comets up to bat after this timeout.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Back here at Dill Field at Oberlin College, 3-0 Brecksville's lead over Amherst as the Comets get set for their first at-bats. And let's bring you some more starting lineups brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. They safeguard your investment and they ensure your peace of mind. So for head coach Matt Rossitano and his 25-3 Amherst Comets, Brecksville 20-6 on the year coming into this one, by the way. But the Comet batting lineup will look like this. It'll be junior center fielder Nick Wilkinson leading things off. Cole Charles, junior right fielder, will bat second. Cooper Bingham, the shortstop, another junior at Marion Steele High School, will bat third. Landon Wolf, the cleanup hitter, a senior, will play first today. Harrison Schneider batting fifth. He's a senior third baseman. In the sixth spot, it's sophomore DH Zach Diedrich. Eli Toyota, the junior second baseman, will bat seventh. In the eighth spot, it's sophomore catcher Zayden Rosario. And Cole Marquez, senior left fielder, will bat ninth, although Cole is a guy that, I don't know if you remember, Jared, he led off most of Amherst tournament run last year, and Coach Ross told me on the phone earlier, he basically is another leadoff guy. Between him and Wilkinson, he can kind of flip-flop them 1 and 9, and I think that's a real nice benefit for Coach Ross to kind of work with in terms of his lineup. Real quick, Brecksville defense looks like this behind starter Michael Reed on the mound. Again, the defense around him looks like this. Carter Ponte behind the plate. Parker Anderson's at third. Caden Kindle at short. Evan Greek is at second. Sorry about that. Caden Kostiak at first. Peter Shermanti in left. Wade Bender in center. And Max Ritter in right as Nick Wilkinson, junior center fielder, in that lefty batter's box, digs in to take on B righty Michael Reed. Reed into the wind. His first pitch is squared around. The bunt attempt pulled back by Wilkinson, but in there for a called strike 0-1. Maybe Wilkinson went around on that either way. Strike one. Wilkinson, a .373 hitter this season, or at least coming into this one. The 0-1 to him is sawed straight back foul, 0-2.
And really important now for Amherst to get base runners for Matt Rossitano's lineup here. Just any way you got to get them to manufacture something after giving up 3 in that top of the first.
And maybe a little shell-shocked after that one as Reed's pitch misses way outside. Maybe lost the grip on that one, as he'll go to that rosin bag behind him there. So 2-1 the count should be. Or 1-2, I'm sorry, yeah, 1-2. Goodness me. Reed, the righty, comes set. Here's his 1-2 pitch to Wilkinson. That one is lifted foul out of play, third base side, so we'll do it again at 1-2. Boy, nice crowd here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. Comet faithful to our left, the Bees to our right. Amherst invaded this place last postseason with a couple of wins. I remember one over Oregon Clay. That was really a fun one as Wilkinson lifts that one into shallow left field. It's Shermanti coming in, and he'll stick his glove up there and put the squeeze on it for out number 1.
That one looked like trouble off the end of the bat as it went out there in the shallow left field, but a lot of sun today to deal with too, so none of these are givens.
Yeah, you figure maybe those in right might have a tougher time than left or center, just where that sun is situated at currently.
It'll move throughout the ball game.
So with one down, it's Cole Charles, junior right fielder, climbing in for his first at-bat today. A .333 hitter coming into this one. 3 home runs, 21 RBIs to his credit, 8 doubles. That's second best on the team, only behind Cooper Bingham. He's the twin of Cale Charles as that fastball from Reed is taken for a ball, 1-0. Well, we might not be able to rely on the scoreboard here today, my friend, is something I'm figuring out quickly. As the 1-0 is a bender that stayed out, 2-0.
I think they may catch up a little bit, but we're good right now.
Yeah.
Following us on our YouTube channel. Keep the
go.
score. We're doing real well.
Yeah, not the scoreboard you guys are looking at on the YouTube, but the one here at the college is that one is served into right field. Will it get down? It does, but it's foul. So the count moves to 2-1 now.
Right idea, though, to go the other way
Absolutely.
with it for the lefty. Be able to make that right fielder work.
Well, not unlike Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. You know, Dill Field at Oberlin College, it's a collegiate facility, but still that means more size than your typical high school ballpark that you might see. So lots of room for these outfielders to cover and lots of places to put a baseball as Charles will try his luck again towards right field, but racing over is Max Ritter, who saw that one well off the bat and just cruised to his right to make the catch for out number 2. Nice play out there in right by Max Ritter. And you mentioned it, Jared. I think he had to battle some sunshine. He lost his lid on the run over there, but nice concentration to make the play.
A lot of ground to cover out there, and you talk about getting on your horse. That's what you mean when you think about getting all the way to, basically center field to help out.
Yep. And his first step was in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, everything was well done there by Max Ritter. Come to expect that, though, here in the regional round for defenses as Cooper Bingham climbs in now. Amherst's top offensive player in terms of a number of different stats. He takes a slider in there for strike 1. 475 the average for Cooper coming into this one. 4 home runs, 36 RBIs, 9 doubles, 2 triples. All of those a team best. The 0-1 to him. That one chopped towards the first baseman, Kostiak. He'll get it and flip to the pitcher, covering the bag in time for the out. And the side is retired. Nice play there by Caden Kostiak to get the speedy Cooper Bingham 3-1 on the putout. And Amherst is taken care of here in the first. We've played 1 here at Oberlin College. Our score, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3, Amherst 0. We're back with the second inning after this.
Hi, Tim Elfman, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
3-0 our score here in the top of the second. Brecksville coming back up to bat. It'll be Evan Greek, Caden Kindle, and Peter Shermonti, 8, 9, and 1. All due up for the Bees as they hung a 3 spot on Cale Charles in that top of the first inning. And then Michael Reed did a nice job taking care of the Comet leadoff hitters in that bottom half. So Brecksville-Broadview Heights feeling pretty good about where they're at here in this second inning. But again, we know Coach Roz and his guys, they're not just going to roll over. Plenty of baseball to be played here this afternoon at Oberlin. Evan Greek will start this second inning, and he sends one straight back towards us. 0-1 the count after that foul ball.
Rattled the cage there, did Greek. But, yeah, Comets getting retired in order in that first home half of the inning. Just not what they had in mind.
Here's the 0-1 to Greek. That one hit towards the third baseman, Schneider. Not hard, though. He fields it on a hop. Low throw over to Landon Wolf is dug out for out number 1. Nice play there by the corner infielders to get Greek.
Up to bat, number 19.
It'll be Caden Kindle, the lone freshman, lone underclassman in the starting 9 for Coach Hassinger here today. Will play shortstop defensively, wearing number 19 for the Bees. Again, no numbers, no stats for Brecksville. Unable to get those from Coach Hassinger, so apologies on that front as that first pitch to Kindle taken upstairs, 1-0. That's where Cale's missed that fastball so far through an inning and change, Jared. It's just been up, if anything. He's thrown it for a strike, certainly, but when he misses, it's usually been up. Here's the 1-0. That one misses down just as soon as I say that, 2-0 now.
But it might have been something he thought about, overcompensate there, see if he can get low and outside of that zone.
Well, something you said, I think Brecksville, they're just making Cale think right now a little bit, as that one is lifted high, foul out of play, heads up there, third base side. Count moves to 2-1.
Well, and he's got the makeup between the ears, that's for sure. You don't get to that level without it, but the chatter from the dugout also starts to impact you as well.
The 2-1 hit towards Landon Wolf. He'll glove that one on a hop, flipping it over to the pitcher, Cale Charles, who covered the bag nicely. And 2 up, 2 down here as Charles retires the first 2 Bees to bat here in this top half of the second. And the lineup will turn back over now to senior left fielder Peter Shermonti. 0 for 1 today after he started the ball game with a ground out to the shortstop, Cooper Bingham. Much better second inning so far for Cale Charles. His first pitch to Peter Shermonti is one that skips away. Wow, that one bounced over the netting back here. How about that? Zayden Rosario got a glove to it, then it just popped off and got over the netting. Boy, not every day you see that.
You and Gabby thought you were safe back here.
I guess not. Well, we're safer than we are at Thurman Munson, I'll tell you that. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball just didn't break back enough. It's taken inside, 2-0. Netting at Thurman Munson, not terribly high, so if you're kind of atop the bleachers, just below the press box area, heck, even if you're in a press box booth with that window open, heads up is all I can offer as some advice. Here's the 2-0. In there for a called strike, a BB on the outside black, 2-1.
Jans found the post yesterday for you, huh? He was able to get that window
open.
open.
Yeah. Found some metal shelving somewhere in that facility. Lord knows where he got it from. Here's the 2-1. That one taken, 3-1. Yeah, he's ever resourceful, if nothing else. We know that about Ron Jans.
Most times you don't want to know where he had to go or where it came from.
That was a great broadcast yesterday. Jim Piazza, UC Athletic Director, was right in front of us that whole game. He was into it. Bruce Lasicki and his guys, a heck of a fight, just came up short. Here's the 3-1. That one taken for ball 4, and that's the third walk that Cale Charles has allowed here through an inning and 2/3. And again, coming into this one, he had walked only 19, striking out 73 per the stats I got from head coach Matt Rossitano, but just maybe struggling with the command and the control here early in this one. As Max Ritter climbs in now, he walked back in that first inning. Came around to score as well. Ritter the lefty, Charles the righty. His first pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. There might be a slight delay with my strike calls and ball calls as we got the metal post of the bleachers kind of right in front of us, so you got to look over top for the pitch, then go underneath to see where it ends up. But that's the trials and tribulations of local broadcasting, I guess. Timeout called at the plate by Ritter.
There was a game back in the arcade scene, early 80s. You'll have to talk to Senior about this at some point.
Okay.
Called Dig Dug. That's what I feel like we're doing right now. We're going up and down
on
the Dig Dug.
Yeah, I feel like I have some familiarity with Dig Dug, whether that's via the YouTube videos or something. Throw over to first, not in time. Shermonti back in there with the head first dive.
A lot of great memories of Dig Dug.
I'm glad we can get a video game reference in because that was not happening yesterday with Jans. Here's the 1-0. That one in there for a called strike. Nice pitch by Cale Charles. Count evens up at 1-1. Hey, big thanks to everybody tuning in on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Make sure you guys like the channel, subscribe as well. Certainly helps us out, but helps our sponsors out as well. And like and subscribe on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Charles has 1-1. That one hit hard towards Toyota at second. He'll go the long way to first. And the side is retired. So Brecksville does get a base runner on the walk by Shermonti, but Cale Charles able to get out of it without any further damage. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Our score still Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3, Amherst nothing. Comets up to bat after this.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, get the 2026 Buick Encore GX for as low as $24,890. We make it that easy.
3-0 Brecksville-Broadview Heights our score as the Comets get set for their at-bats here in the home half of the second. It'll be Landon Wolf, Harrison Schneider, Zach Diedrich all due up for the Comets. As Amherst 25-3 coming into this one, Jared. Their only losses this year came on April 16th at Olentangy Orange. Then they lost a pair on May 9th. It's kind of that deal they have with Toledo, St. Francis, DeSales, Sylvania, Northview, where Amherst will go to the Toledo area and then vice versa in the following year. So a tough day on May 9th for the Amherst Comets, but they have not lost a game since taking 2 losses back on May 9th. So you certainly would expect that offense to get going at some point here today. A lot of accolades on that Comet roster.
But a lot of times that's what a guy like Matt Rossitano thinks about is, I'm going to take my guys out of their comfort zone in the midst of conference play and figure out a game where we can go on the road. You'll have to travel like you would for a tournament game.
First pitch to Landon Wolf is swung on and lifted towards medium deep center field, but an easy play for Wade Bender, who settles under it. 1 pitch, 1 out here in this bottom half of the second for Michael Reed, who had a real easy time with the 1-2-3 hitters for Amherst in that first inning. And makes quick work of Landon Wolf there. Now it's Bowling Green commit senior third baseman Harrison Schneider. Batting right-handed here. 346 the average for Harrison coming into this one. 3 homers, 34 RBIs. Reed's first pitch to him. In there for a called strike, 0-1. Tell you what, Michael Reed doing a nice job attacking the zone early in these at-bats. I know it's only been 4 of them thus far, but not really messing around with these Comets. The 0-1, that one chopped, high bounce towards the third baseman Anderson, who gets under it. Low throw to first in time as Schneider tried to beat it out with a head-first dive, but a nice stretch by Kostiak over there at first, and they're able to retire Schneider 5-3 on the putout.
Yeah, that chop was pretty high in the air, but it got moving once it got cleared the pitcher's mound, and they were able to make a play on it. Nice throw.
So 2 down quickly now for sophomore designated hitter Zach Diedrich, number 34 for the Comets here today. Reed's first pitch to him, a breaking ball that, oh boy, that came back and got the zone, 0-1. Boy, not much you can do with that if you're Zach Diedrich. That one looks like it's going to hit you off the arm and just tailed back in and caught the black. Reed's 0-1. Fastball painting the outside, 0-2. Boy, that's a tough combination right there if you're Zach Diedrich. The breaker in, and then he zips one by you outside. Reed not a terribly hard thrower. You figure he's probably in the low to mid 80s right here, but working quickly, the 0-2. Breaking ball taken outside, 1-2.
But he had one to burn there, too, in this case with nobody on, and why not? As you mentioned, a really nice sequence of pitches. The curveball couldn't have been further inside, and then to be able to show him a different look, fastball down and away.
When he tried to tunnel that off speed off that fastball, but Diedrich did well to lay off. Can he do it again? The 1-2, fastball, strike 3 called. Diedrich unable to pull the trigger. And that's our first strikeout of the afternoon. Those brought to you by our friends over at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. So Michael Reed, 6 up, 6 down against the Comets thus far. Brecksville back up to bat with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the third after this timeout.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Rocco Nushi, Jared Kozar here with you. Dill Field at Oberlin College in this Division II regional semifinal. Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Yeah, I figured that might be a problem eventually here. They lead Amherst 3-0, so not a problem right now for the Bees as they have had the Comets' number so far through 2 innings. It'll be their 3-4-5 hitters due up this half inning. Wade Bender, Mario Mancuso, and Carter Ponte. The 3 due up for head coach Mark Hassinger.
There's a lot that you can do, a lot that we rely upon you for, but creating a whole new community, that was something I didn't think was on your resume.
Yeah, who knows where Brecksview is. First pitch, that one lifted high and foul out of play. As that one heads toward the Comet faithful, heads up off the hands of a fan there and out of play, 0-1. Bender, his first time up, walked and scored. As Brecksville plated 3. They were district champs this year, Jared, for the first time since 2009. So Amherst, a team that was here last year, got all the way to the state title game. For Brecksville, it's been, 15 years since they were last here at the regionals. The 0-1 sawed foul out of play, third base side. So that's a credit to Coach Hassinger and his guys. They're out of the National Conference in the Suburban League. I believe it was North Royalton who ended up winning the league. They're on the bottom. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, and if memory serves correct, both these teams were in the same conference the last time these guys won a district title.
There you go.
SWC.
Here's the 0-2 from Cale Charles. That one taken upstairs for a ball, 1-2. North Royalton already out. They were knocked out, actually, the opening round against Shaker Heights, who's on the bottom side of this bracket, taking on Lakewood, who they're the last undefeated team left at 27-0, if I'm not mistaken. Tough bottom side of the bracket. Walsh Jesuit on this part of things as well. Here's the 1-2. That one taken for a ball, 2-2. I know I've mentioned it before. I am a Walsh Jesuit alum. Didn't play baseball there. I was nowhere near good enough to partake in that program, but I certainly know how successful that program is year after year. Charles is 2-2. Swing and a miss as Bender came up empty on a good one off the arm of righty Cale Charles. That's his first punch out of the afternoon. All of those this season and postseason on WEOL, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Real education for good jobs. It'll be junior DH Mario Mancuso now 0 for 1 after he reached on the error in the first. He came around to score as well later that inning. Charles into the wind. His pitch. Fastball missed upstairs, 1-0.
And for Charles, Rocco, he's gotten the leadoff guy in every inning, but it's got to feel so much better to get a punch out and just know you still have that in the arsenal.
I would agree with that. He certainly likes to strike guys out. Breaking ball stayed inside and missed, 2-0 now. Again, big thanks to everybody tuning in on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. It helps us out quite a bit when you guys do like and subscribe to the videos. Helps our sponsors out as well. Proud to be the only local broadcast here at Oberlin here today. The 2-0. That one lifted into shallow right. Actually, it'll stay on the infield. Landon Wolf in foul territory, and it's off the glove. And, ooh, that's a tough break for, I mean, we said it, Jared, a guy in Landon Wolf that is as sure-handed as any over there at first base. And not sure if the sun maybe came into play there. He's got the sunglasses on, but for whatever reason, just couldn't see that one in. And so new life for Mancuso.
So now, Landon, for those that don't know, played a lot of catcher for Matt Rossitano and the Comets this year. So he's just going back to first base now, and maybe there's a little bit of an adjustment there.
Yep.
I got to think he's played less than 5 games over at first.
Here's the 2-1 from Cale. That one taken for a ball, 3-1. So can Mancuso take advantage here of being given new life? It's Carter Ponte in the on-deck circle, grounded out, but got an RBI in the process his first time up. That one roped back up the middle through the infield for a base knock. So Mancuso does take advantage of the extra opportunity there. Second base knock for the Bees here. Hard to believe that's just hit number 2 as they have a 3-0 lead. And now it is senior catcher Carter Ponte digging in.
A couple of walks did some of the damage here earlier without having a whole lot of success at the plate for the Bees. But that one right there is an extra out, and that's tough. And it's going to really burn Landon Wolf, I think. If they can't get out of this inning, he's that kind of a guy that just takes upon himself to be better.
Cale Charles, his first pitch to Carter Ponte is lifted high into foul territory up near the fencing, and boy, racing into the Brecksville dugout was Landon Wolf and unable to get there to make the play. Jared, you said it, man. He's a guy that he's going to certainly do everything he can to try to make up for that, and nearly did so right there, but that one ultimately falling foul. 0-1 the count. Well, and Landon was a guy that I remember reading on this Amherst team as they were getting ready for the season. Landon was a guy that really rallied the troops last year after the loss in the state title game to Anthony Wayne, getting guys in the weight room the rest of that summer, really making a commitment to try to get back there this year. So you know he feels that one as the 0-1 is lifted to deep left field, giving chase is Marquez, and he's there to make the play. Nice effort out there in left. Cole Marquez able to track that one down. He'll get some love from the Comet faithful out there as well. 2 down now here in this top half of the third for senior third baseman Parker Anderson.
Good run, good reach for Marquez because that one got up and started to go that direction in a hurry.
Again, Marquez was the leadoff man for Amherst plenty throughout their postseason run last year. He'll bat 9th today. Nick Wilkinson, the leadoff man, but again, Coach Ross telling me today that's fairly interchangeable on a day-to-day basis as the first pitch to Anderson misses 1-0. Anderson an RBI single back in the first. Did not come around to score, though. Brecksville leads Amherst 3-0 in this Division II regional semi. Winner is back tomorrow to take on North Canton Hoover, the Vikings, in a regional title game. Trip to states would be on the line in that one. Here's the 1-0. That one swung on and missed, 1-1. Mancuso, the man at first after his one-out single. Charles trying to get this to the bottom of the third. As timeout is called by Anderson. Charles takes a peek at that runner at first. Now comes set. Here's his 1-1. That one lifted to right field, slicing foul. 1-2. Caden Kostiak would be next, junior first baseman. If Anderson's able to reach. Next inning for the Comets, it'll be Eli Toyota, Zayden Rosario, and Cole Marquez, 7, 8, 9. Charles comes set, takes a breath. Here's his 1-2. That one skipping in downstairs. Count evens up at 2-2. One of our Nick Abraham Buick GMC, Nick Abraham Elyria Ford keys to the game. I think for either side really could have been play from ahead if possible today with how good these two sides are. And mission accomplished for Brecksville. Amherst, they'll have to find a way to rally. The 1-2. That one swung on and missed for strike 3, and the side is retired on another punch-out courtesy of our friends at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. One hit for Brecksville. They'll strand him, though, as we'll head to the home half of the third. Our score still, it's the Bees 3, the Comets nothing. Amherst right up to bat after this timeout.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Eli Toyota, Zayden Rosario, and Cole Marquez, the 3-2 up for the Comets here in the home half of the third. Amherst still searching for their first hit against Brecksville-Broadview Heights righty Michael Reed, who Coach Roz told me on the phone earlier this morning they expected Reed to be the starter today for Brecksville. They knew he didn't throw incredibly hard, and I would say he was accurate on that front, right? Nothing's been overwhelming in terms of the velocity, but Jared, he spotted it well, he's located well, and he's playing pitches off one another in a really nice way, keeping Amherst off balance.
They're scripting a really good game as far as what they're calling, and he works quickly, so there's not a whole lot of time for you to get reset if you're an Amherst hitter.
Well, to your point, Carter Ponte, the catcher, he deserves some credit for calling a good game thus far behind the plate. Here's Reed's first pitch to Toyota. That one in there for a called strike on the outside half, 0-1. Toyota, a junior second baseman, he wears 15. A .423 hitter. And he'll call for time here. Eli with 2 home runs this season, 29 RBIs, but although I'm not sure, does he get credit for that error? It was Cooper Bingham's throw to Toyota that sailed into right that helped extend that first inning. As that breaking ball missed inside by a hair. Count evens up at 1-1. Yeah, it was a ground ball to Cooper Bingham off the bat of Mario Mancuso on a ball, Jared, we both thought could be an easy double play. Instead, it's an error, and more runs came home to score for Brecksville as a result. They lead it 3-0. The 1-1 is a high line drive into right center field, and it's down. That's going to split the outfielders, and let's see how far Toyota can run. He'll cruise into second, and he'll stay put right there. A leadoff double for Eli Toyota here in the bottom of the third. Nice piece of hitting there by the junior second baseman.
And I'm sure he certainly wanted to try to stretch 3 there, but there was no way that Matt Rossitano was going to cheat himself out of a leadoff double here to start things out in this home half of the third.
So a really nice swing there by Eli Toyota, his 9th double of the season. And let's see if that sparks a little something here for the Comets, as it'll be catcher Zayden Rosario digging in now, a sophomore. Rosario, a .370 hitter, 9 RBIs this year for the sophomore. Michael Reed dealing with his first base runner here now today. His pitch, swing and a miss there by Rosario, a healthy hack, but one that he came up empty on, 0-1. Reed slowing himself down a little bit here now. Taking his time as he comes set. The pitch, and that one missed outside, but well, I think they said a bunt attempt. Yeah, he tried to bunt it, and they did get a piece of it. So Rosario did foul off that bunt attempt, but man, if he just could have pulled that back, that might have got by the catcher Ponte anyway. Instead, the foul tip leads to an 0-2 count. Runner on second, that's Toyota. Nobody down here for Amherst in the third. They trail Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3-0. Reed checks on Toyota at second. Peeks again. Comes set, the pitch. That one lifted foul out of play. First base side, we'll do it again. Again, the winner is back tomorrow at 5 o'clock here at Oberlin College, Dill Field. North Canton Hoover, the Vikings, awaiting the winner of this one is they skunked Hudson 4-0. Just one hit for the Explorers in that one. Dominant pitching performance from Hoover, and time called for Rosario at home.
Yeah, we didn't see the bulk of that one, but we knew enough to know that Hoover was comfortably ahead, and a really good Hudson team that knows what they're doing.
Those are two really good programs right there historically. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missed outside as Reed tried to Pablo Picasso that one. Couldn't quite paint it, though. 1-2. Just one strikeout so far for Michael Reed, but again, he has done a good job of kind of keeping these Comet hitters off balance thus far. Toyota the lone hit. Reed checks on him at second. Here's his 1-2. Breaking ball is through the diving infielder. Caden Kindle unable to get there. Toyota will stop at third as he gets the stop sign. And now the throw gets away from the infield, so racing down to second is Rosario. So a single, and he'll move up to second on the throw. Both runners in scoring position now for the Comets here in this third inning.
Yeah, nobody down, and that's what Matt Rossitano, David Rossitano, and the rest of the Amherst faithful want. The chance to have a big inning here. And, Reed has looked a little bit different these past couple batters than we saw through the first two innings.
So Cole Marquez will get his first turn now, the left fielder, a senior batting ninth.
Cole Marquez.
And you mentioned David Rossitano, by the way. Quick shout out for him. Northeast Ohio Baseball Coaches Association named him Assistant Coach of the Year. How about that?
A guy that really has had the top job before, and some of it's lost in terms of what goes on with the success. But that is a package deal for sure.
I would agree. Reed's first pitch to Marquez, missed outside, 1-0. Lots of All-Ohio honors by the NEO-BCA as well for Amherst. Harrison Schneider, Cale Charles, Cooper Bingham, and Landon Wolf, all named All-Ohio by that Northeast Ohio Baseball Coaches Association. 1-0, the count here on Marquez. 2 in scoring position, nobody down. Amherst trails by 3. Marquez trying to change that, lifts it into left field. Shermonti put the squeeze on it, and nobody can move on it. Wow. Marquez, boy, not bad contact at all, just right at Shermonti in shallow left field, and Shermonti moving in on it. I don't think Toyota ever felt comfortable trying to tag from third there.
Well, and he's got Matt Rossitano in his ear right there, giving him instructions. So the ultimate call rolls with Matt Rossitano in terms of who he's going to send.
Well, and the lineup turning back over. I don't think you want to take the bat out of the hands of Wilkinson and Cole Charles, who awaits on deck after this. Still 2 in scoring position, 1 down. Wilkinson goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. 0-1. Wilkinson flied out to left his first time up. A .373 hitter coming into this one. 13 ribbies. And he'd love to pick up numbers 14 and 15 right here. Try to get his team back into it. Reed takes a look at third. Comes set. Here's the 0-1. That one fouled away as well. 0-2. Again, Cole Charles is next. Junior right fielder in the on-deck circle. He's 0 for 1 today. As Amherst tries to get on the board here. Division II Regional Semifinal. Comets trying to get themselves back in it. Reed taking his time here on this 0-2. Comes set. Here it is. Wilkinson gets underneath it, flares it to shallow left field again. Shermonti on it again. And Toyota cannot score. Another F7 that does not get deep enough for Eli Toyota to tag from third. And I think the right call from Roz over there not to send him. There's nothing you can do there.
Yeah, and in terms of that throw from left, that would have been, 20 feet closer than it was in the last attempt. So, yeah, Roz made the right call there, but it's got to be frustrating.
So Cole Charles now with 2 down, trying to get Amherst on the board. Eli Toyota stands at third, Zayden Rosario at second. Those two started this inning with base hits. Reed trying to get out of it. Breaking ball, missed outside, 1-0. Charles with 21 RBIs this season. 8 doubles, 1 triple, a .333 hitter. And
confusion about the ball.
Oh, they're going to get a new ball. Okay.
I think so.
were issuing maybe an intentional walk. And I'm
That
thinking, boy,
also
with,
occurred.
with Cooper Bingham in the on-deck circle, I don't know if that's necessarily the play. 1-0 the count, though. Reed comes set. Here it is. And that one missed downstairs, 2-0. Nice block there by Carter Ponte. Anything by him probably scores Toyota if it kicks far enough away. Rosario with some speed at second as well. 2-0 the count here on Cole Charles, junior right fielder for the Comets. And he'll square around and pull it back as Reed's pitch missed well outside, 3-0.
Yeah, dimensions behind us. If we're one to get by, there's 25 feet between
easily,
the dish
easily.
and where we're at.
Little gamesmanship there by Charles to square around and then pull it back. Let's see if he does it again. 3-0 the count here. At least it should be 3-0. Reed's pitch in there for a called strike. And it is 3-1. Although I think in fairness, we might be blocking some of the view of the scorers behind us, so I guess I can't complain too much. 3-1 the count here on Cole Charles. The pitch chopped towards the second baseman, Evan Greek, who bobbles it, now gathers, and throws on to first in time to Kostiak to retire Charles. And Amherst is taken care of here in the third. They get 2 hits, but they strand them both. And we will head to the fourth. Our score remains Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3, Amherst 0. We're back after this.
Hi, Tim Elko, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, get the 2026 Buick Encore GX for as low as $24,890. We make it that easy.
3-0 Brecksville's lead over Amherst here in the middle of the fourth as the Bees, end of the third, getting ready for the top of the fourth. As up this half inning for the Bees, it'll be Caden Kostiak, Evan Greek, and Caden Kindle, 7, 8, and 9. Get a big thanks to everybody tuning in on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe as well to the channel. It's the best way to keep up with where we're at, where we'll be broadcasting, when we'll be broadcasting, how we'll be broadcasting, all that good stuff. So certainly appreciate everybody showing support our way here today as the Comets battle Brecksville in this Division II Regional Semi. Winner on to tomorrow's Regional Final, taking on North Canton Hoover. They upended Hudson in the 2 o'clock game here earlier today. 4-0 was the final on that one. Again, it's Caden Kostiak, Evan Greek, Caden Kindle due up for Brecksville here this half inning as Kostiak climbs in. 0 for 1 today after he grounded out to the pitcher, Cale Charles, who continues to work for Amherst. Cale's first pitch of the inning in there for a called strike, 0-1. Rocco Nushi, Jared Kozar here with you. Tim Gebhardt from the Chronicle in attendance as well. Kristen Bauer of the CT has all your photo needs here as well. As that one is lifted over the head of the leaping Eli Toyota in the right field for a base knock. So another hit for Brecksville, their third of the evening. And the leadoff man is aboard for the Bees for the 8-hole hitter, Evan Greek, senior second baseman. Evan 0 for 1 today with a ground out. So Brecksville doing enough, I think, at the plate just to keep Cale Charles a little uncomfortable. The pitch squared around and bunt attempt misses. Strike 1.
Oddly, that's the first time they've had the leadoff man aboard in any inning. So,
you are correct.
When you're thinking about what's going on, maybe it's reversal now for Amherst. Put the leadoff guy on and have a smooth inning the rest of the way out for Charles.
Greek figures to maybe sacrifice here. He'll square around again. The pitch is bunted fair. Charles on it. He'll go to first, and the sacrifice is successful as Kostiak moves up to second. And Evan Greek retired on the sacrifice bunt, but he did his job as it'll be 9-hole hitter freshman shortstop Caden Kindle now climbing in for the Bees. He's 0 for 1 today with a ground out.
That's exactly what you want in a sacrifice. And a lot of times you think that turf might give it a little more oomph. It didn't happen there.
Yeah, it was bunted nicely. Kindle goes after the first pitch. It's chopped towards Landon Wolf. Charles covering the bag. They got him. And there's 2 down. Caden Kindle retired, 3-1, beg your pardon, on the putout. And the lineup will turn back over now to Peter Shermanti as Caden Kostiak moved up to third base on that play. Brecksville trying to tack on here. They already lead it 3-0 here in this D2 regional semi from Oberlin College. Cale Charles into the wind. His pitch in there for a called strike, 0-1. Shermanti 0 for 1 today with a walk as well. Grounded out back in the first, walked in the second. Charles is 0-1 to him. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball there by Charles as Shermanti went after it. 0-2. Charles with just 1 strikeout today. Would love to pick up a second right here and keep that runner stranded at third. Charles readjusting on the bump here. Now takes a breath and comes set. Here's his 0-2 to Shermanti. Fastball missed upstairs, 1-2.
Some quiet confidence brewing within Charles as he's working ahead of batters here. Needs to get out of this one, though.
Max Ritter would be next for Brecksville if Shermanti can reach. 1-2 the count here. Charles's pitch. Fastball, shot for the outside corner. Maybe missed a hair downstairs. And he certainly wanted it. He was jumping around a little bit after that call. I think Rosario maybe turned around and asked, hey, where did that miss? Count evens up nonetheless, though, at 2-2. 3 walks already allowed by Cale Charles. Here's his 2-2. Breaking ball, high chopper, but foul to the left of the catcher, Rosario. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in this top of the 4th. Brecksville leading Amherst 3-0. Winner trying to get to the Elite 8, where they will meet North Canton Hoover tomorrow, right here at 5 o'clock. Charles takes a big breath. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Fastball missed downstairs, 3-2. Boy, great at bat here by Peter Shermanti. No panic at all with 2 strikes. And I mean, Jared, you know, as a former baseballer, that's much easier said than done when you get those 2 strikes on you. But Shermanti, a nice job here working it full, 3-2. Charles's pitch, breaking ball, served foul right-hand side, so we'll do it again.
Yeah, discipline can go out the window sometimes, especially when there's a guy at third. You know it's your opportunity to make a play.
Yep. Yeah, sometimes you try to overswing a little bit, just trying to put something into play when maybe you could do better just to lay off. Shermanti doing a great job here. The 3-2 from Cale Charles. Swing and a miss. You got him on a fastball. That Shermanti came up underneath. And that is Cale Charles' second strikeout of the afternoon. All of those this season and postseason brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Middle of the 4th, our score, Brecksville 3, Amherst 0. Comets up to bat after this timeout.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Middle of the 4th here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. Brecksville-Broadview Heights leads Amherst 3-0. Do want to take a moment to shout out our good buddy and one of our finest on-site engineers, board operators, camera operators, whatever other title we throw at him. He handles it with grace. That's Dave Rydell. He's a part of the North Coast Amateur Radio Club, and they're getting ready for the 2026 Field Day. Well, what is Field Day, you ask? Well, I'll tell you. It's ran by the American Radio Relay League, the ARRL. And the North Coast Amateur Radio Club, with about 40 members, will be partaking in this field day. And what it is, it's a competitive event where amateur ham radio operators, they set up radio equipment in the field to compete with other operators just to basically see how many points of contact you can make. You get points for that. It's part hobby, as Dave was telling us. It's also part emergency preparedness, right? If things go down on the grid and we're out of power and kind of that, old amateur radio is the only way to do it. Well, these guys, they know how to do it. And Field Day will be taking place
Number 22,
on
Cooper Bingham.
June 27th, Saturday at 2 o'clock is when they start it. It goes till 2 o'clock on Sunday, June 28th. Go see them at Fred's Tree Farm, 5631 Mack Drive in Valley City, Ohio. As Amherst leads things off here in this bottom of the fourth. It's Cooper Bingham, 0 for 1 today. Took that pitch for a ball, 1-0. But again, North Coast Amateur Radio Club, part of the 2026 Field Day with the American Radio Relay League. Go support Dave Rydell and the guys out at Fred's Tree Farm in Valley City. Bingham swings at that 0-1 pitch and fouls it away, 0-2. So that first pitch was a strike, beg your pardon.
Dave, one of the really good guys, predates me with our organization. That's tough to do. But, yeah, certainly a guy that takes it really seriously. And like you said, from an emergency management type system and standpoint, he's talking about that, and he's got a great story.
The 0-2 to Bingham, and he fouls that one away first base side.
Couple of great stories in terms of sometimes that he and his guys have done over the years. You know,
touching base with Australia,
Japan,
he was telling us. That's awesome.
You know, a simulation of what would happen if there was an event where you had a plane that needed evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the kind of things those guys get into.
When you think about, you know, those apocalyptic movies with the zombies and all that stuff, you figure, well, how are they doing radio and how is that it's these guys basically are the ones responsible. So that's awesome stuff by Dave Rydell. I know he's been doing this for several years with that North Coast Amateur Radio Club, so make sure you guys go support them out in Valley City for Field Day. The 0-2 misses, 1-2 the count. Again, that one June 27th and June 28th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. They go from 2 o'clock in the afternoon Saturday to 2 o'clock in the afternoon Sunday, just trying to make as many contacts as they can. It's really an incredible event. Single most popular on-the-air event held annually in the U.S. and Canada. The 1-2 fouled back, so we'll do it again at 1-2.
You know, a couple of years back, there was a hurricane that led to catastrophic flooding, mudslides, problems in the Carolinas. And a lot of local people said the only thing left was that sort of amateur radio operator that was able to get word to neighboring communities that, hey, these people are stuck in hills and need help.
You can run it on low power, kind of a battery-operated thing. You don't need the, plug into the wall outlet type setup to make that run. It's kind of what Dave prides himself on. I know he was talking to us about some of the more extravagant setups that people do for Field Day, but he does it pretty minimalistically, and he does it tremendously well. Big shout-out to Dave Rydell. The 1-2. That one missed outside. Count evens up at 2-2. Back here at Dill Field at Oberlin College, the 3-0 Brecksville lead in front of the Comets of Amherst. It's the first regional appearance for Brecksville since 2009, and of course for the Comets, they're just 1 year removed from state runner-up. The 2-2. Bingham ropes that one fair to the first baseman, Kostiak, who flips over to the covering Michael Reed. And Bingham is retired 3-1 on the putout. Boy, nice play over there by Kostiak at first, and an even better job by Michael Reed to cover the bag quickly to retire Bingham. And so Amherst's top hitter in Bingham is 0 for 2 today. And Landon Wolf will get another crack here. 0 for 1, flew out to center on just one pitch back in that second inning.
Yeah, got one he liked, just maybe not quite on the screws and deeper dimensions in this ballpark than most places.
Michael's first pitch to Landon misses up and in, 1-0. And we know that about Landon Wolf, thinking back to last year. He's a guy that he'll be aggressive, he'll stay aggressive, right? If he sees one he likes early in the at-bat, he will not hesitate to go after it. And more often than not, he'll find a way to do damage. The 1-0, that one lifted high out towards center field. Wade Bender has all day to settle under it, though, and he will to retire Landon Wolf. So a couple of flyouts to center now for Landon Wolf. Maybe just trying to do too much with that. I don't know.
That was like a mirror image of that first
basically,
yeah. Great contact. Ball hung up there, 17, like you said, forever. And just maybe not as deep as a guy like him is used to putting it.
So Harrison Schneider with 2 down quickly now in this 4th inning. Trying to get something going for his Comets. Already down 3-0. Reed's first pitch went in and off the helmet of Harrison Schneider. Wow. Well, way to wear that one, young man. Harrison Schneider reaches first on the hit by pitch. First one of those we've seen today for either side.
Nobody's going to take a look at the young man. Wow.
Number 34.
Yeah, that's kind of incredible. I mean, I think down there at first, and kind of one of those, hey, you all right? But I mean, he fired that bat over there and took a healthy jog down, so he's all right. Zach Diedrich due up now. Sophomore DH struck out looking back in the second, so he's 0 for 1 today. Schneider at first after the hit by pitch, 2 down here in this 4th inning. Comets trying to rally. Here's the pitch to Diedrich. That one lifted to right field. Will it hang up for the right fielder? It will, as Max Ritter ranges to his left to make the play, and the side is retired. Amherst does get one on. They strand him, though, and we will head to the fifth. Our score remains Brecksville-Broadview Heights 3, Amherst nothing. We'll be back after this timeout. It's the WEOL Diamond Duel.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Ritter, Bender, Mancuso due up for the Bees here and there at top half of the fifth. Brecksville leads Amherst 3-0 here in this Division II Regional Semifinal. The winner's back here tomorrow at 5 o'clock to take on the Vikings of North Canton Hoover. My good buddy Ben Thomas down in the Stark County area. He's a new assistant coach for Maslin Perry this year. Spent some years at Sandy Valley as one of their defensive coaches. Made the move, and he is a North Canton Hoover graduate. So big shout out to my guy, Ben Thomas.
You got a shout out there. I got a shout out here. You're talking about guys that Dave Rydell can get in touch with. How about Tim Gebhardt from the Chronicle Telegram? Might be right next to us, but.
Uh-oh, that one. I have to bring the glove out. That's chest to our left, banging off the aluminum. You guys had us covered over here.
Speaking of Tim Gebhardt, he was nowhere near that ball as it came over into foul territory.
Gebby could still make a play on that.
He was angling for the shout-out, not the play.
Well, that's how you get the shout-out. Full effort. Kristen Bauer already on her feet. I thought she could have made a play. Come on, former softballer over there.
Wonderful softball player in her own right.
She's got 1.
The hardware, though.
Yeah.
Can't drop that.
I think me and her are in that same breath of once athletic, a couple of knee injuries later for both her and I, and that was all she wrote for the athletic career for both Kristen Bauer and myself. The 1-1 in there for a called strike, 1 and 2. Max Ritter, 0 for 1 today, but he walked back in the first and scored. Cale Charles working here, his 1-2. Is swung on and missed on the drop third strike. Throw to first is over the head of Landon Wolf, and it's into right field. Oh, man. Ritter taking that turn around second. He'll go for 3. Look at that throw from right field, and it gets by the third baseman Schneider. But backing it up is the left fielder Cole Marquez. And, oh, man, what was a strikeout leads to Max Ritter now standing on third. Another error for the Comet defense. Zayden Rosario, just, Jared, no other way to put it, not trying to beat up on the young man, but just not a good throw to Landon Wolf at first.
Yeah, and they always tell you when you're that and the catcher, you've got time, set and make that throw. You can't be that nonchalant with it. It went her over the head, and Wolf's a pretty big target over there.
Man, so a sticky situation for Cale Charles to try to navigate through now. And you think back to the first inning, it was an error that kind of allowed that trifecta of runs to cross the plate for Brecksville. Chance for more damage now.
This is a tougher pill to swallow because you had him out.
Yeah, I agree. Wade Bender now batting. Takes that for a ball, 1-0. So Cale Charles, he gets credit for the strikeout. Those brought to you by Lorain County Community College. But, again, the error leads to Ritter standing on third. And that was a heck of a throw by Cole Charles in right.
Yeah.
I give him credit for trying to nail Ritter at third. Maybe if Schneider's able to see that into the glove cleanly, there's a play there, but Ritter standing at third. The 1-0, here it is. That one chopped foul, first base side. Count evens up at 1-1. Bender 0 for 1 today, walked and scored in the first, and then he struck out in the third. Charles, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts today. He's only given up 3 hits. but that's all Brecksville has needed. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kale. That one missed downstairs, 2-1. And Jared, you just kind of think of a I don't want to say vibe, everybody overuses that word, but just kind of the momentum of everything right now. That Brecksville dugout, you hear them after each and every pitch. It's pretty silent over here to our left in the Comet dugout. Here's the 2-1 from Kale. Fastball missed upstairs, 3-1.
You know, still time left in this game for sure, but, you know, you think about it, second and third, nobody out. Amherst had a shot to start to cut away at this one, and like you said, you would have heard a lot more chatter and some other things. And again, still time in this one, but it's just there's been some frustration.
Here's the 3-1. That one drilled towards right field, but foul, so we'll run the count full now to 3-2. Great turnout for both sides here today. Ran into the Amherst Comet tailgate as I pulled into the parking lot, grabbed a nice photo of them. You guys can see that on the WEOL Facebook and Twitter social media pages. They were ready to go. They were offering me beverages and plates of food.
They were difficult to miss. And,
they were difficult to turn down.
I'm sure, yeah. A big show of willpower from you.
Yeah, that took a lot of discipline and determination on my part, but, I mean, they practically begged me to take a plate of food. I'd almost felt insulting that I turned them down at a certain point, but I made sure I got myself fed before I came over here. 3-2 the count here on Wade Bender. Max Ritter is the runner at third. Nobody down here in this fifth inning. The pitch. That one, another drop third strike, throw to first. This time done perfectly by Zayden Rosario. Able to fire it down to Landon Wolf, and that's another strikeout by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. I'm sure many of those folks at LCCC into the thick of summer classes now as they get some extra coursework out of the way before fall picks back up.
Yeah, I think the summer session may start this week. You're correct. Boy.
How about that? Mancuso digging in now. Swings at that first pitch, fouls it away first base side, 0-1. Mario today, the DH for Brecksville. He's a junior at Brecksville-Broadview Heights. He's 1 for 2. He reached on an error in the first, scored that inning. That was the infield debacle between Bingham and Toyota, and then he singled in the third. The 0-1 to him. That one roped into left field for a base knock. That'll make this 4-0. Ritter comes home to score on the Mario Mancuso RBI single. And Brecksville-Broadview Heights tacks on another here in the fifth. They now lead Amherst 4-0. So from bad to worse right now for the Comets, as that hole that they'll have to try to dig themselves out of got a little bit deeper there. Still just one down now for Carter Ponte, senior catcher. 0 for 2 today, but did drive home a run on that ground out in the first.
Yeah, I think some conversations with some folks in the infield here with Cale Charles, and I think those are not necessarily strategic, but encouraging.
The first pitch misses upstairs, 1-0. Yeah, middle infielders there. Toyota at second, Bingham at short. They're at double play depth. Wolf has to hold the runner there at first. Schneider just off the line at third. Pitch misses upstairs, 2-0. And again, Charles, he has spotted that fastball. He hasn't missed all of them by any stretch, but he has missed up a lot here. And you maybe wonder, do those extra pitches take a toll eventually in this one? The 2-0, that one lifted out of play first base side, 2-1 now.
I think he'd be the first to tell you that he's had some struggles today, but I would also think that he believes that he should have 2 outs in this inning, and
and he would be
a
justified.
Single would be something they could deal with right now.
Certainly, and I think you've said the word a couple of times. Frustration, I think, is a good way to maybe sum this one right up for the Comets. Still a couple of outs to play with to try to change that, but it's the Yogi Berra line. It gets late early, so certainly maybe the case on that front as well for Coach Roz and his guys. The pitch, that one skips down below the knees. 3-1, beg your pardon. 3-1 the count here on Carter Ponte. Parker Anderson's next in that on-deck circle. 1 for 2 today is Parker Anderson. Here's the 3-1 to Ponte. Fastball in there as Ponte tried to work his way down towards first base, but not so fast, young man. He'll have to climb back in. 3-2. Let's see if Mancuso gets busy over there at first here on the 3-2 pitch. Still just one away. Charles's pitch is off the catcher's mask as that one got Rosario squarely. And Matt Rossitano, head coach, will come shooting out of that dugout to go check on his young catcher. Rosario is just a sophomore. And he'll have a nice conversation there with Matt. Matt making sure he's all right, and he is, so Zayden will stay in there. 4-0 is the Brecksville-Broadview Heights lead in front of Amherst. 3 of those came in the first, and they've tacked one on here in the 5th. Full count here to Carter Ponte. Mario Mancuso stands at first. Pickoff move, not in time. Mancuso back easily. Max Ritter came home to score on that Mancuso RBI single. As that B dugout continues to hoot and holler over there, the 3-2. Breaking ball, strike 3 called as Ponte left the bat on the shoulders. And that is strikeout number 5 for Cale Charles. Another one brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. It's real education for real good jobs. So with 2 down now, it's Parker Anderson's turn. 1 for 2 today. An RBI single in the first that scored Mancuso, and then he struck out in the 3rd. Charles comes set. Here's his pitch. Strike 1 on the outside corner. There's a good one from Cale Charles. He's allowed, again, just 4 hits today. Brecksville has taken advantage of basically every opportunity that they've been given here thus far. The 0-1. That one skips low away from Rosario. Mancuso making his way to second. The throw not in time. Wow. That's a heck of an effort there by Cooper Bingham to hang on to it and still try to apply the tag to Mancuso. But Mario with a head-first slide beat the throw barely. And so now a runner in scoring position for Parker Anderson in a 1-1 count.
Boy, and the scary thing there is for Amherst, that one gets away. Who knows what happens?
Right. Yeah, Wilkinson
really
he's
tough.
Way back there in center field, right, with these collegiate field dimensions. The 1-1. Fastball in there for strike 2. Nice one there from Cale Charles. 1-2 the count here on Parker Anderson. Mario Mancuso stands at second. Brecksville leads Amherst 4-0. They've got 1 across already this half inning, and time is called for by Anderson at the plate. And make sure you guys like and subscribe on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Helps us out. Helps out the sponsors as well. Turn those notifications on. See when we're broadcasting, where we're broadcasting. Here's the 1-2 as Charles actually steps off to look Mancuso back. And if Amherst can't find a way to rally, this would be it for us until football season just about, unless we can find some fun events and things to do over the summer, which I know we've talked about kind of behind the scenes, so. But again, Amherst, our last local baseball or softball team left in Lorain County. The 2-1, or the 1-2, swing and a miss. Rosario went to apply the tag, tried to chase down by Anderson, couldn't catch him, and instead has to fire over to Wolf to complete the play. So another strikeout brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. And Rosario to Wolf to complete it, 2-3 on the putout. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. Amherst with some work to do. Comets trail Brecksville 4-0. We're back after this.
Hi, Tim Elfman, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Jared, how about the folks over at Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, a proud sponsor here on WEOL. They've brought our keys to the game to you all season and postseason here for our spring sports on WEOL. And how about that at Elyria Ford right now? Employee pricing, that's pretty darn hard to beat, especially in an economy like today where everything's coming at a premium. So you take the discount, especially those that the employees get. How about that?
Well, and when you think about just all the things that are very important in the month of the May, June, that start of summer, maybe you want to get a new vehicle. Maybe you're looking for something fuel efficient with the way prices are, and you're going to say, well, if we've got to take some trips this summer, if we're going to take a trip, got to get something new. Peace of mind. We know it's going to work. We know it's going to be fuel efficient. It's going to get us there in one piece.
Eli Toyota to start this fifth inning for the Comets. Zayden Rosario, Cole Marquez also due up this frame as Toyota went after that first pitch and missed 0-1. Eli doubled in the third, but was stranded at third later that inning. That was Amherst's best opportunity with him and Rosario both in scoring position, but Comets unable to get him home. The 0-1, that one missed well outside. Ponte unable to stop it from getting to the backstop. Doesn't matter, though, with nobody on, so the count evens at 1-1. Yeah, big shout-out to the folks at Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford, and Buick GMC. They do the wrap-up show throughout the football and basketball seasons. Hoping to do some more on-site wrap-up shows once this next school year gets started. And time is called for by Toyota at the plate.
Big plans ahead in terms of how this product is going to move forward. And
well, we know we can do that now.
It'll be something, I think, with the folks at Nick Abraham, Buick GMC, and Elyria Ford, where they're going to be the first recipients of it.
Michael Reed continuing to work for Brecksville. His 1-1 missed outside, 2-1. Can the Comets find a way to spark something here in the fifth as they are running out of outs to try to overcome this hole they've put themselves in? 4-0, the lead right now for the Bees. Eli Toyota, the 2-1 pitch to him, is fouled out of play first base side as the count evens up at 2-2.
Rocco, I think if you're looking for something for the Amherst Comets to say, yeah, we feel pretty confident right now, even though we're running out of outs, this part of the lineup has done it. They've gotten on base. They've given you an opportunity. Same thing can happen again.
Well, Toyota and Rosario have the 2 hits right now for the Comets as that 2-2 missed outside, 3-2. Yeah, Toyota, a .423 hitter coming into this one, Jared, with 2 home runs, 29 RBIs. So, I mean, hard to beat that from your 7-hole hitter. Toyota, can he get something started here in the fifth? Count's full. Michael Reed's pitch to him. Taken for strike 3, and Toyota can't believe it. He was ready to fire that bat to the dugout and strut down to first. Instead, he is rung up on strike 3, just the second punch out for Reed. All of those strikeouts today brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Zayden Rosario's turn. He is 1 for 1 today with a double. I'm sorry, he singled and then reached second on the throw. The pitch to him is outside for a ball, 1-0. Rosario, a .370 hitter. Cole Marquez in the on-deck circle is next. Comets trail 4-0. Michael Reed, big breath here from him. The pitch is lifted foul out of play. And I think maybe, Jared, that's one of the bigger issues for Amherst. They just haven't been able to straighten anything out. A lot of foul balls being shot out of play. You know, first and third base side, not too much has been sent into fair territory. Reed taking his time, the pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike. Wow, nice pitch there by Michael Reed. He has been tremendous for Brecksville-Broadview Heights here today. Count at 1-2. Rosario, right-handed batter against the righty Michael Reed. The pitch, strike 3, and everybody knew it. Wow, the catcher Carter Ponte popped right out of his stance. He knew that was a beauty off the arm of Michael Reed. Back-to-back strikeouts looking now for him. Both of those brought to you by Lorain County Community College. So 2 down now in the fifth for Cole Marquez, the 9-hole hitter. Senior left fielder. He's 0 for 1 today with a flyout.
Certainly Reed's performed well today. There's no question about that, but I don't think that we've seen this kind of stuff out of him to this point in the game.
Yeah, he has been outstanding. Seems to be getting better as the game goes on. The pitch misses downstairs, 1-0. I know that's kind of a cliche, but man, oh man, hard to argue with that right now for Michael Reed. He's been awesome here today for Brecksville. kind of an unorthodox stance as he gets ready to fire. The pitch lifted to deep right field by Marquez, but plenty of room out there for Max Ritter, who reaches up to make the play, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Comets here in the 5th as Amherst continues to scuffle here in this Division II regional semifinal. We'll head to the 6th. Our scores still: Brecksville-Broadview Heights 4, Amherst nothing. Bees up to bat after this.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Brody Glick is the new pitcher for the Amherst Comets as the afternoon is done for Cale Charles. Cale today went 5 innings. He gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. He walked 3, he struck out 6, and the defense behind him did give up 2 errors. But even with those, Brecksville has done enough in their own right to create this 4-0 advantage heading into this 6th inning. It'll be 7, 8, and 9. Caden Kostiak, Evan Greek, and Caden Kindle all due up for Coach Mark Hassinger's Bees here this frame. The numbers on Glick this season: 25 2/3 innings of work. He's given up 15 hits, 14 runs allowed, 10 of those earned. He's walked 18, he's struck out 33, and he sports a 2.73 ERA. So Brody Glick, the man on for Cale Charles, who was unable to go the distance here today. Can he keep it put right here as the Comet offense just tries to figure things out against Michael Reed? They were set
number 22.
Down 3, up 3 down last half inning, as the Bees try to add some insurance here. Again, it's Caden Kostiak, Evan Greek, Caden Kindle due up for the guys in black here. As Kostiak will get it started. 1 for 2 today with a ground out and a single. Glick into the wind. Here's his pitch. Fastball that cut the corner. 0-1. Nice fastball there by Brody Glick. Kostiak, the lefty, takes that 0-1 pitch down and in, 1-1. Kostiak, a junior at Brecksville-Broadview Heights High School. Real crouched stance for him here, as the 1-1 from Glick misses outside, 2-1. And time is called for by Caden Kostiak at home plate. Again, Comets are the last Lorain County baseball or softball team left, so we have certainly hitched our wagon to them as far as it'll go here this postseason at this point. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball by Glick. He blew it by Kostiak for strike 2 as the count evens up at 2-2. Some really great runs, though, this postseason by a number of our teams. Amherst softball with a real nice run. Keystone baseball, EC baseball. Strike 3 called. Nice pitch there by Brody Glick. He got Kostiak looking. And that is strikeout number 1 for Glick, number 7 for Comet pitching. All of them brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. 1 down, nobody on now for senior second baseman Evan Greek, who's 0 for 1 today, but did have a successful sacrifice bunt back in the 4th. Glick's first pitch to him is lifted high and foul, first base side, out of play.
Yeah, you mentioned Amherst softball, Lacey Reichert and company. Another regional final appearance. They ran into a really good Walsh Jesuit team. They had some opportunities there, just weren't able to convert. But, you know, just they've really been the standard bearer for Lorain County in softball.
Glick's 0-1, breaking ball in there for a called strike at the knees, 0-2. And I remember seeing a Facebook comment from Gebby who basically said Walsh was just the better team against Amherst softball. And sometimes, I mean, Gebby knows that's all there is to it. Sometimes you're just the better team. Here's the 0-2. That one fouled straight back towards us.
Well, they
so
were
we'll do it again.
An impressive team that afternoon as well. They took advantage of a couple of miscues by Amherst, and they've got 3 Division I athletes in their own right that are going on to play at the next level.
Glick's 0-2. Here it is. Breaking ball is lifted out towards left center field, and it's the center fielder Wilkinson who ranges to his right, calling off Marquez in left to make the play. 2 up, 2 down. You know, speaking of Walsh, Katie Lippincott, I believe, was the young lady pitching for them. And I was trying to do some digging as I listened to a great call from Tim Alcorn and yourself. I went to Walsh and graduated with a Colin Lippincott, so I'm sure there's some relation in there somehow, some way. Admittedly, I was not best friends with Colin, so I'm not sure the family dynamic. Ground ball is overthrown. Another error here by the Comet defense. Bingham just couldn't quite connect with Landon Wolf. And, boy, Landon, I don't know if they think he's Shaquille O'Neal all of a sudden or what. He just does not have the height to get some of these balls that are being thrown his direction. And that one gets by. No further damage on the bases, though. Kendall will stay put at first. But that's what, the third error now for Amherst defensively. Just unorthodox. They average less than 1 a game, Jared. They've got 3 now today.
Yeah, not what you're used to seeing out of the Comets, let alone in postseason play.
And now the lineup turns back over to Peter Shermanti, the senior. 0 for 2 today, but did walk in the second. First pitch to him, in there for a called strike, 0-1. You know, talking with Roz on the phone earlier this morning, he said, kind of just looking back to last year, he didn't think at any point in that, state championship game run that they played their best baseball. He felt they were playing a better brand coming into this one, but boy, some defensive miscues have really undone a lot of that, as that 0-1 misses outside, 1-1. That's not to take anything away from the year that these guys have had, and they still have time to kind of undo those wrongs here today. But, man, that's one of those where you look back on a game and the shoulda, coulda, woulda start to creep in. But, again, Amherst some time to change that. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good bender there by Brody Glick, as Shermanti was well out in front of it, 1-2. Glick a strike away from getting out of this inning. Really should be out of it already, as Kendall reached on the error, the third again by the Comets today. Glick's 1-2. Swing and a miss. A beauty right there by Brody Glick as he got the fastball by Shermanti. That's 2 strikeouts in a row for Shermanti. And another one brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Middle of the 6th, our score still, Brecksville 4, Amherst nothing. Comets bats due up after this.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Back here at Dill Field at Oberlin College, bottom of the 6th, as Nick Wilkinson, Cole Charles, and Cooper Bingham will be the 3 due up for the Amherst Comets, as Matt Rossitano's guys just try to find a way to scrape something together. And you got to give all the credit in the world right now, Jared, to Brecksville righty, the senior Michael Reed, who, just to his credit, Amherst just can't figure him out right now. They had a real good chance back in the 3rd as Eli Toyota and Zayden Rosario both started the inning with base hits. They both got into scoring position, but a couple of short flyouts to left and then a ground out got Reed out of that inning. And he just continues to put up goose eggs on that scoreboard right now for his Bees. But the Comets, a couple of outs to play with here. Again, Nick Wilkinson starting this 6th inning. He is their leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2. And he chases after that first one, getting a piece of it, 0-1.
And that's got to be the message, I think, for Matt Rossitano and the Comets in that dugout is just, hey, we got the top of the order coming up here. We got 6 more outs to play with.
Wilkinson Gets underneath that one towards shallow left field, but it's the shortstop actually, the first one to it, Caden Kindle. An easy play to his right to retire Wilkinson. And again, Jared, I just come back to the lack of direct, hard contact today for the Comets. They've fouled a lot away, and even that one into fair territory. Just a little lazy bloop there to the shortstop, Kindle. And you credit the Bees defense. Just the one error. They've been pretty darn good on that side of things. First pitch to Cole Charles. Misses downstairs. 1-0. Cole is 0 for 2 today.
Yeah, they've had him played well, and you're mentioning some of the big-time hitters for Amherst now, and you're putting that 0 for number out there. That's another thing that's going to be a trend that we see as we go up this lineup.
The 1-0 misses up and away. 2-0. Reed, kind of one of those more old-school hurlers, it seems like. Again, you talk about not overwhelming velocity coming off of his arm, but he spots it well, he moves it around well, he just induces weak contact. He only has 3 strikeouts, but he trusts his defense behind him, and they trust him. Here's his 2-0. That one missed down and in, 3-0. Cooper Bingham is next. Landon Wolf after that. So really, it feels like maybe this is the inning if Amherst is going to do something. The pitch, that one runs down and in as well, so 4 straight wide ones to Cole Charles, and he'll reach with a 1-out walk here in the 6th. How about this, Jared? That is the only walk allowed by Michael Reed today. He did hit a batter back in the 4th. That was Harrison Schneider, but that's the first true walk allowed by him today.
Yeah, and that's been indicative of a guy that, like you said, pitches to contact, works hard and quick. That sort of thing just doesn't ever let you get settled in, and I think that for him to miss with 4 straight, that hasn't happened yet today, as you mentioned, and he's not missed with 4 straight either when you've talked about, finishing guys or anything like that.
Yeah, Michael Reed and Brecksville, they're not giving Amherst anything for free this game, and I think that goes a long way towards postseason success as Cooper Bingham climbs in now, runner at first with 1 down. Bingham goes after that first pitch. That's a base knock into right field. Rounding second, heading for third is Cole Charles. He'll be in there with a head-first slide, no throw. And that's a nice piece of hitting by Cooper Bingham, a 1-out knock. Gets the Comets runners at the corners now with 1 down here in the 6th. And it's senior first baseman Landon Wolf climbing in, and he would like to, we talk about undoing some wrongs here. He would love to try to unload on one and drive in a couple right now for his guys. 0 for 2 today.
That's the thing. He's had solid contact, but you can't get it all back right now. Put one in play.
First pitch from Reed to him, in there for a called strike, 0-1. Landon with 29 RBIs. That's tied for third most on the team with Eli Toyota. Bingham leads the club with 36. Harrison Schneider behind him with 34. Schneider's in the on-deck circle. Reed's 0-1. That one missed upstairs to the big lefty, Landon Wolf, 1-1. Landon, a .370 hitter, does have a share of the team lead of home runs. Him and Cooper Bingham each have 4. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Comets trail by 4. And time is called for at home by Landon Wolf. You figure Casey's here somewhere. I haven't seen him, but I'm sure he's on hand for this one.
Casey's in the building somewhere.
Yep. Reed checks that runner at third. The pitch is through the infield for a base knock into right field. Coming home to score is Cole Charles, moving up to second. And staying right there is Cooper Bingham, and an RBI single for Landon Wolf. Gets Amherst on the board, 4-1. Brecksville still out in front.
And almost as if he heard what we were talking about. Put it in play. Good things are going to happen. You're going to get one across the board. And now that one's crossed, let's see what happens here as everybody's coming in here for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. They want to talk, and might be the end of the day for Mr. Reed.
Let's see. I don't know if that's head coach Mark Hassinger going out there or not. Doesn't seem like they're going to close the book on Michael Reed just yet, but all of a sudden the tying run is coming up to bat in the form of Harrison Schneider. So while they have this meeting, again, quick reminder, like and subscribe to that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. If you hit the little ringing bell icon, you turn those notifications on. That's the best way to get live updates of when we're broadcasting, where we're broadcasting. You can check the schedule over at WEOL.com. Social media page is a great place to stay in touch with things as well. Again, proud to say we're the only local broadcast out here today, so appreciate all of those supporting. Had a great conversation with the Amherst faithful in the parking lot for the tailgate after I denied their many offerings of food. I'm sure it was delicious, but
They tried to help you.
they did. Always appreciate that. Harrison Schneider now, what can he do? With 2 on, his team down by 3. 1 down here in the 6th. Michael Reed staying in for Brecksville. His first pitch to Harrison. Misses down and away, 1-0. And we talked about that dugout dynamic. It was Brecksville coming to life throughout those first 5 innings. Now it's the boys in green making some noise to our left. And they know the opportunity in front of them right here, right now. The 1-0. That one misses inside, 2-0. Zach Diedrich in the on-deck circle. He would be next. Cooper Bingham at second. Landon Wolf at first. His RBI single scoring Cole Charles got the Comets on the board, but still work to do. Here's the 2-0. That one misses outside, 3-0. And is Michael Reed losing things a bit here all of a sudden, my friend?
Well, he's missed a few here. He's surrendered a walk this inning, and the strikes as he's thrown have been put into right field. So that's another situation they've got to be concerned with.
Does Harrison Schneider get the green light here on 3-0? Let's see. Michael Reed's pitch to him. In there for a called strike, 3-1. Good take there by Harrison, I think. That one a touch inside, certainly on the plate, but I think you can maybe be a little selective here if you're Harrison Schneider. He's got 34 RBIs this season. If he can find a gap out there, he could pick up 35 and 36 and make this a 1-run game. The 3-1 pitch from Michael Reed. Here it comes. Chopped in front of the plate, foul, third base side. Counts full at 3-2.
This is one of the more dramatic moments that we've had in this ball game. It didn't seem like it was going to yield a lot about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'll tell you, tense moments right now here at Oberlin College, a site that Amherst has had regional success at before. Comet faithful making some noise. Here's the 3-2. Schneider fouling that one to stay alive. Will do it again. Oh, man. Each and every pitch. Folks are holding their breath here at Oberlin College on both sides. Brecksville knows they have a really good opportunity to get ahead and stay ahead. Amherst trying to rally. Counts full. Here's the 3-2 to Harrison Schneider. Strike 3 called on the outside black. Schneider can't believe it. And that's a big punch out for Michael Reed, his 4th of the ball game. All of those brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. So now it'll be Zach Diedrich's turn. Sophomore DH, he's 0 for 2. And boy, that's tough if you're Harrison Schneider to take one looking like that. Here's the first pitch to Diedrich. That one chopped foul, third base side, 0-1. You know, EC last night, Jared, got the what would have been the tying run and go-ahead run to the plate, but back-to-back strikeouts looking in the 7th kind of flamed out that rally. And Harrison Schneider, man, I wonder, he's thinking to himself, boy, I wish I could have that back and maybe at least get a piece of that to foul it off and stay alive. Instead, Diedrich trying to keep the inning going. He takes that one outside for a ball, 1-1.
Well, a good hitter's always waiting on the next pitch. There's always the chance that it could be theirs. He's a great hitter, so it's even more frustrating to get to that point.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure nobody's more frustrated than him right now, no question. Here's the 1-1 to Diedrich. Check swing, he held up, and that one missed outside, 2-1. Eli Toyota in the on-deck circle. Both him and Diedrich sport .423 averages, at least coming into this one. So these are two guys that head coach Matt Rossitano has confidence in to deliver, but can they do it? 2-1 the count here to Diedrich. Reed comes set. Here it is. That one roped foul out of play. First base side. Count moves to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the 6th inning. It's a deuces wide scenario, right? Something like that.
I think, yeah, Ron Yance always references deuces wild, 2s across the board.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, congratulations.
I'm in that category.
You're in that territory.
Hey, I'll take that.
Hey, he's done really well for himself.
Yes. Reed's 2-2 to Diedrich. Here it is. Breaking ball. Got him. It went in and got him on the back. So Zach Diedrich, he'll wear that one proudly. And the bases are loaded for Eli Toyota.
Up to bat.
1 for 2 today with a double in the 3rd. He struck out looking in the 5th.
Boy, if he can replicate what he did in the 3rd, that would score 2 right here, and that's really, I think, all you could ask for out of a Comet at bat right now.
I think anything that gets by the outfielders probably ties this game. Anything in the alley, maybe even down the line into the corner if it gets there. You know, if Diedrich gets on his horse, he can score from first. Toyota's got to do it, though, first. Reed's pitch to him. Breaking ball into right center field, dropping quickly. It's down for a base knock. 1 run is scored. Roz waving another one home. The throw not in time. It gets by the catcher. Everybody will move up another base, and the Comets are within 1. It's 4-3 on a 2 RBI single from Eli Toyota, scoring Cooper Bingham and Landon Wolf.
Never a doubt in his mind that he was going to send another runner there. And that was a heck of a throw coming in from the outfield, but just that much speed, that much confidence for Amherst base running right there. Cutting into this one now, 4-3.
What a piece of hitting by Eli Toyota, and that has made this game very, very interesting, just like that. Zayden Rosario, a chance to maybe tie this game or give his guys the lead with a base knock here. Michael Reed, he'll stay in there for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Rosario, the catcher, 1 for 2 today. Here's the first pitch to him. Check swing, did he go? Maybe, but maybe a called strike anyway. 0-1. Rosario, a .370 hitter, 9 RBIs. And if he can make that figure a double-digit number, that would mean only good things for his Comets. They trail by 1 after the Toyota 2 RBI single. Toyota at second now. As that one's lifted into right field, it's going to hang up there, though, for Max Ritter, who settles under it, and the side is retired. But the Comets, they do plate 2, and they'll strand 2 as well. We will head to the 7th. Our new score, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 4, Amherst 3. We're right back with more of this Diamond Duel after this. Do not go anywhere.
Hi, Tim Elko, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal,
I think I misspoke
contact
there. They played it 3
EcoTree
not 2.
services.
I think I said 2.
Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, get the 2026 Buick Encore GX for as low as $24,890. We make it that easy.
So Amherst actually plated 3 that inning. I think I misspoke heading into that break. 3 runs on the board there for the Comets in that bottom of the 6th. They did it on just 2 hits. Oh, no, they did have 3 hits. So 3 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Yeah, they had the walk, they had the hit by pitch. They strand 2.
Yep.
As boys, Zayden Rosario, he gave that a nice little poke out towards right field, but Max Ritter, to his credit, had him played perfectly. But the pressure is on now for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. What was once a 4-run lead has been trimmed down to 1. As the Bee Bats will come back up here. Max Ritter, Wade Bender, and Mario Mancuso, 2, 3, and 4, all due up for Coach Hassinger's guys. Again, go ahead, Jared.
Something to think about, too, Rocco. If Amherst can keep them at bay here in this half inning, in the 7th, they would be able to get the top of the order back up. They sent that many Comets to the plate in the 6th, so you'd be in a situation where you'd be looking at the top of the order having a chance here again.
Final score from Gilmore, Walsh Jesuit 2, Menor Highland 0.
So there's a final score that we just heard behind us, and that is on the bottom side of the bracket. So that would be, if Amherst can get to the state semis, their opponent, Walsh Jesuit ending the season of Medina Highland. As Brody Glick continues to work for the Comets, he fires strike 1 into Max Ritter. Ritter is 0 for 2 today. He has drawn a walk, and he reached, though, in the 5th on that drop third strike. That was an error, as that one missed outside, 1-1. It was a throw from Rosario over the head of Landon Wolf. Ritter ended up on 3rd on that play, and Mancuso would drive him home on an RBI single. Brody Glick's pitch. Fastball missing away. 2-1. Glick's pitch is a fastball that missed as well. 3-1 now. As that Brecksville lineup kind of rejuvenates themselves here in this 7th inning. Comets, though, have made this very interesting with that 3 spot in the 6th. It's a 1-run game. Here's the 3-1. In there for a called strike to Ritter. Counts full, 3-2. Big shout out to my wife, Courtney, tuning in. Letting us know we sound all right. So I'll take that compliment any day.
Why would she do that to herself?
I know.
You know?
All right, hey.
I ask that all the time.
I ask myself even more often, I'm sure.
She's gone to a couple of games, and I've said, what are you doing here?
She has. Yeah, she's joined us at EC.
It's a lot of fun.
For some, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Here's the 3-2. Strike 3 called at the knees as Ritter spikes his bat in disgust. He is punched out by home plate umpire Jonathan Pooler. And that is strikeout number 3 for Glick, number 9 for Comet pitching. All of those brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, and your future. Wade Bender climbs in now, the junior center fielder, 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch to him, in there for a called strike. 0-1. Look at Brody Glick just assaulting that strike zone right now.
And really picking up where he left off last inning. He came into a weird situation, down 4, and just was unfazed.
The 0-1, breaking ball, you betcha, in there for a called strike, 0-2. Boy, that thing has some nasty movement on it. That started in the right-handed batter's box and ended up back on the dish. Glick working quickly, the 0-2, fastball up and out of the glove of Zayden Rosario, but no runners on, so a moot point, 1-2. Mario Mancuso awaits in the on-deck circle. Mancuso's had a real nice productive day at the plate, reached on an error back in the first, scored that inning, and a couple of singles after that, one of the RBI variety in the 5th. The 1-2 missed outside, 2-2 to the lefty Wade Bender. I'll tell you that Brecksville outfield has been busy. Ritter especially out and right has had a number of line drives hit his way. Same with Shermonti in left as that pitch is fouled off, so we'll do it again at 2-2. Bender in center, so again 1, 2, and 3 are all outfielders for Brecksville in their lineup. A lot of speed, a lot of athleticism amongst that trio of guys. 2 seniors and a junior. Bender is the junior of the bunch. Here's his 2-2. That one check swung and fouled third base side. So we'll stay put at 2-2 and do it again. Can make sure you guys check out the post-game write-up from Tim Gebhardt in the Chronicle Telegram on this one. I'm sure some fantastic Kristen Bauer photos will accompany that one. Glick's 2-2, here it is. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Bender, underneath the Bender from Brody Glick for another punch out. Brody's 4th, Amherst's 10th as a group. All of them brought to you by Lorain County Community College. So with 2 down, it's Mario Mancuso, the junior designated hitter. Again, 2 for 3 today, but even in that first inning when he reached on the error, he scored that inning and had an RBI knock in the 5th. So a nice day for Mancuso, the DH. The pitch to him, big rip, but he missed it, 0-1. Well, Mancuso, I think he tried to send that one over the shrubbery out there on the outfield fencing.
Glick have nothing to do with that. He's done really, really well here in relief.
Yep. Glick's 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, missed inside by a hair, 1-1. Kind of interesting, the trees / shrubbery that kind of goes over top the fencing. Kind of a nice backdrop here at Oberlin College. Probably a nice batter's eye for the guys up at the dish as well, as that 1-1 misses upstairs, 2-1.
Well, you've got shrubbery flanked by pines behind it,
Yep.
so it's sort of like a layered tier.
I like it, man. It's a fun setup here at Oberlin College. Big shout out to Mark Zofka, site manager here, same as last year. Graceful enough to have us. That pitch, a swing and a miss on a ball that missed downstairs, 2-2. Skipped away from the catcher Rosario, but again, nobody on. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in this top of the 7th, Brecksville clinging to a 1-run lead. Brody Glick trying to send this to the bottom half with his team still only down 1. Just needs 1 more strike. Here's the pitch. That one missed outside. Good take by Mancuso, 3-2. And the winner right back here tomorrow night at 5, where North Canton Hoover awaits the Vikings. They beat Hudson 4-0 in the 2 o'clock game. Here's the 3-2. That one missed down and away. So a nice at bat there by Mario Mancuso, battling after he was down in the count. And he draws the walk, the first allowed by Glick, 4th allowed by Amherst pitching. And Carter Ponte will take his 4th at bat now. He is 0 for 3 today, but did have a ground out that scored a run back in the 1st. Glick's pitch is lifted, foul out of play, first base side, 0-1. Parker Anderson would be next if Ponte can reach. Big shout out to a couple of the Brecksville-Broadview Heights parents who helped me with name pronunciations, as I was unable to get a hold of Coach Hassinger before this one, but the proud Bee faithful had me covered on that one, as that one is fouled out of play once again. Same spot, first base side. 0-2 the count here on Ponte. For Amherst, if you're wondering, next inning, it would be 9-1-2. Cole Marquez, Nick Wilkinson, and Cole Charles. But again, as I mentioned, Jared, Roz kind of views Wilkinson and Marquez as both leadoff hitters. So in essence, you have 2 leadoff guys to start next inning. So it's lined up nicely for the Comets to try to rally. Can Glick get him there? That one fouled straight back towards us. Heads up, Gebby. Stay put at 0-2. Oh, you wouldn't sacrifice the right hand like that. Well, you're lefty, so maybe you would. I don't know, though, man. That's cast for a couple of weeks at least. Ugh.
Could use a few weeks off.
Fair enough. The 0-2. That one hit sharply to Bingham. It's short, but he reaches up to make the play, and the side is retired. Well, can the Comets find a way to complete the comeback? They were down 4-0 early. It's now 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 3 more outs for the Comets to try to rally in this one as they huddle to our left. We'll be back after this.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Pitching change for Brecksville-Broadview Heights here in the 7th. It'll be number 2, Parker Anderson, on to try to complete the saves. Let's see what that does defensively. Mancuso now moves to 3rd, so he was the DH. So I guess that's really all there is to that. So Michael Reed will not play defense. Mario Mancuso on at 3rd. And again, the day done for Michael Reed as Parker Anderson now takes the bump. He's a righty. Again, no numbers on these guys, unfortunately. But for Michael Reed, what an effort from him today. 6 strong innings. He gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. He walked 1. He struck out 4, and he hit a batter as well. So now it'll be up to Parker Anderson to try to bring this one home. Anderson moves from 3rd to the pitching mound, and again, Mario Mancuso, who started the day as the DH for Brecksville-Broadview Heights, will now man 3rd. So it looks like the day done in its entirety for Michael Reed. But again, for Amherst, it's Cole Marquez, Nick Wilkinson, and Cole Charles to try to save the season for the Amherst Comets. What a season it's been for these guys, coming into this one 25-3, winning the SWC.
Number 3.
Just a fantastic group that we've become so familiar with, even dating back to last year's state championship run that ultimately saw them fall short to Anthony Wayne. But again, we know how determined they were. Basically, from the moment that final out was made, these guys made a commitment to doing everything in their power to try to get back to downtown Akron. And they got 3 outs to try to do something about it today.
Everybody in that dugout believed, the coaching staff believed, and it all comes down to these 3 outs, and hopefully a nice comeback here for the Comets.
First pitch to Cole Marquez, taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Cole today is 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts, but Boy, you figure if he finds a way to get on, he's almost certainly going to be in motion as Amherst tries to tie this up in the 7th. The pitch to Cole in there for strike one. Got the inside.
And again, Roz is going to tell you need base runners. Base runners are weapons right now.
Yeah, the odds of you putting one over the shrubs are slim to none. That even maybe extends to Landon Wolf, their best power hitter. Here's the 1-1 from Parker Anderson to Marquez. Fastball that missed outside, 2-1. And Brody Glick, a tremendous relief effort from him today for the Comets to get it to the 7th inning. Still a one-run game. The 2-1 to Marquez. A high chopper, going to be a tough play for Mancuso at third, and he's just going to eat that one. Probably the right decision for Mancuso. And Cole Marquez with an infield single. That ball was skied off the chopper.
Up to bat.
Maybe got above the netting in terms of total height, but that's plenty of hang time for the speedy Marquez to beat it to first. Now it's Nick Wilkinson, the leadoff hitter, due up.
Darn close, Rocco, in terms of how high that got. And you know what? For Mancuso, good play there. He's new to the game at third.
Yeah, I agree. As throw over to first, not in time. Yeah, there's nothing good that can come from throwing that over to first other than bad things, which is it gets by. And, boy, Marquez could probably motor all the way to third on a hard throw that could have got by Kostiak at first. First pitch to Wilkinson. It's a bunt, and I think it got a piece of Wilkinson maybe, and it got fouled away anyway. Well, let's see. Conversation here is the runner, Marquez, he's all the way to third.
I think the ball's dead.
And home plate umpire Jonathan Pooler, well, he's motioning towards the Brecksville dugout. He's trying to get everything kind of communicated here, but he's going to talk with head coach Matt Rossitano here, who's in from that third base box, and clearly something that he could not argue any further there. So it is a dead ball. Are they going to say, well, they got it 1-0 on the board now, and that can't be right.
No.
So Marquez back at first. I'm not sure what the count is here on Nick Wilkinson. And time called for once again. And now the catcher, Carter Ponte, pointing towards something. And now they got 1-1 on the board.
1-1.
I think that's correct.
Yep.
So 1-1 the count for Nick Wilkinson. Marquez at first. The pitch, Wilkinson squares. A bunt attempt is down, and the throw to first in time. So the sacrifice is successful. Nick Wilkinson gets it down. Marquez moves up to second.
Up to bat.
And now it'll be Cole Charles, the junior right fielder, 0 for 2 today. He did walk, though, in the 6th. Came around to score last inning as well. And there he is in the lefty batter's box. Cole Charles, what an opportunity here for him to try to tie this game at 7. Or at 4, here in the 7th, I'm sorry. Stepping off, looking back, the runner there.
It's a little bit of excitement. You're okay.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, we don't want that
flying
guy
around.
No,
yeah,
no,
that's not what we want over here at all.
Stave them off
at this
most
stage
of the game.
My goodness, we were doing great. Fastball misses outside, gets away. Marquez read it well, and he's in there at third with a head-first slide. So nice heads-up base running there by Cole Marquez. He now stands at third, 90 feet away from tying this game at 4, and now a head coach conversation between Roz and Cole Charles as they figure out what to do here. I'm sure Brecksville defensively, as you see one of their coaches from the dugout, I think that's Coach Hassinger, issuing some instructions on what to try to do defensively. They're going to move them in, as they'll try to cut off Marquez at the plate on anything hit on the infield. 1-0 is the count here on Cole Charles. Cooper Bingham is next in that on-deck circle. So between him and Cole, man, you got 57 RBIs between these two guys. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, caught the outside corner, 1-1. One down here in the 7th. Cole Marquez, the tying run at third. Parker Anderson trying to send Brecksville to tomorrow. The pitch misses outside, 2-1. Michael Reed pitched a gem for the Bees to start. Parker Anderson trying to bring it home. Amherst trying to extend their season. The 2-1 swung on and fouled out of play. We will do it at 2-2 now as the count evens up.
Charles a little bit behind that one, evens the count at 2-2, and Matt Rossitano over there at third base basically saying, guys, look at me, all eyes on me here about what we're going to do with this sequence.
Huge pitch here, the 2-2. Fastball misses low and away, 3-2. Great take there by Cole Charles. And you can just feel it, the rumbling as the pitcher gets set and then the quick silence as he fires. Everybody on pins and needles here. The 3-2. Fouled straight back. We will do it again. Oh, my goodness. What a high school baseball game here today, folks. My goodness. We have been treated to some dandies on WEOL this postseason. And I know a lot of these close ones, unfortunately, for our local Lorain County guys and girls have not necessarily gone their way exclusively, but Amherst trying to change that here today. The 3-2, here it is. Breaking ball, missed outside. Cole Charles draws the one-out walk. He is the go-ahead run, the winning run, I should say, over there at first base. And now it's Cooper Bingham. Statistically, the Comets' best offensive player, .475 the average. And now a conversation between the B infielders, their pitcher Parker Anderson, and one of the coaches out of that dugout.
When you talk about a really quality at-bat his last time up, best of the ball game for Bingham as he was able to do some damage. And I think that's got to be the credo right now while you're out there discussing what's going on. Runners at the corner, one out. Relatively new guy in the ball game pitching, so it's his first look at you, but there's no time like the present.
And what's interesting here, Jared, is with Cooper Bingham, you know, I don't know his 40 time, but from what I've seen, relatively decent speed from Cooper Bingham. He's a shortstop, so I'm sure there's plenty of athleticism that comes with that. Point being, a ground ball, even with Cole Charles I don't think you can bank on a ground ball is what I'm getting at defensively if you're Brecksville-Broadview Heights. I don't know if you can trust being able to turn a double play. So do you keep the infield in to cut off Marquez? And it looks like they're going to bring third in a hair. Mancuso's in a little. He's still near that bag. Second and shorter, double play depth. And Kostiak at first obviously has to keep Charles there. Cooper Bingham, a chance to tie this game. The pitch. Misses, 1-0. Cooper 1 for 3 today. Couple of ground outs and a single last inning. He came around to score as well. 1-0 the count here. Parker Anderson comes set for Brecksville. Here's his pitch. In there for a called strike on the outside. Black, 1-1. Bingham a lefty. So he's got the hand matchup here. Throw over to first. Back in safely, though, is Cole Charles. 1-1 the count here on Cooper Bingham. Boy, high intensity, high stakes here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. Regional semifinal in Division II. Anderson's pitch to Bingham, fouled out of play, third base side. You could just see Raz over there, man. He's pacing, he's doubled over, he's bent over, then he's back on his feet. He's clapping it up for his guys. The energy is contagious.
Anybody knows him. This is the best of times and the worst of times, all rolled in one.
Absolutely. This is what he loves, and it's what he hates at the same time. The 1-2, that one misses down and away. 2-2. Raz, an absolute baseball junkie, right? There's really no other way to put it for him other than that. Loves this game, loves this sport, and he loves these kids.
You got to go around really to competition with Raz. It's everything. It's what he thrives on. He understands that.
Here's the 2-2. Bingham into left field. Shermonti settles under it. They're going to send the runner from third. Here he comes. The throw, not in time. And the Comets have tied this game at 4. Cole Marquez got the inning started with an infield single on a sky-high chopper. And he tags from third and scores on the sacrifice fly from Cooper Bingham. Staying put at first is Cole Charles. But the Comets with new life here in this ball game. And I think Brecksville, the catcher, Carter Ponte, I think they were maybe thinking of appealing to third there to see if Marquez left early, but nuh-uh, says home plate umpire Jonathan Pooler. And we're tied at 4, my friend. Wow. Landon Wolf. How about this? A chance for him to maybe plug a gap, and Cole Charles, he'll be going on contact, so anything in the alley, again, maybe even down the line, you figure scores it and wins this one for Amherst. Landon Wolf Waiting the first pitch from Anderson. Here it is. Swings at it and fouls it back 0-1. Big rip there from Landon. Couple of deep flyouts for him, both to center, and then that RBI single last inning. Throw over to first. Cole Charles back in there with a head-first slide. All tied at 4 here in this Division II Regional Semifinal. What a ball game we have been treated to here today on WEOL.com and on that Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel. Here's the 0-1. Landon Wolf a drive to right field. Coming in is Ritter, and he makes the play. And the side is retired. Boy, Landon Wolf hit that one, Jared, is about as well as you can hit something. And unfortunately for him, Max Ritter, as he's done all day, had him played perfectly. And Max Ritter tested once again. He passes that test. And we've got some free high school baseball on our hands here at Oberlin College. Our score after 7, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 4, Amherst 4. We'll head to the 8th after this timeout.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. We've helped thousands of people just like you match skills and experience with a career. We can help you train for a career that is in demand right now. You can even work in your field while taking classes. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Brand new ball game here as we head to the 8th in Oberlin College. Amherst scoring Cole Marquez on a sacrifice fly. And it is new life for the Comet faithful as they are rocking and rolling to our left. They can sense an opportunity to try to complete this comeback here. Had a chance there in that 7th inning to maybe win it, but unable to do so. And now, Jared, what do you do, right, with the management of the arms if you're Roz? Brody Glick, he's going to stay out there. I know he told me earlier Harrison Schneider would be the guy in a one-inning save situation. He's kind of penciled in as the starter for tomorrow if the Comets advance, but looks like this is Glick's ball game right now.
Well, and he's come on and just in dramatic fashion done everything they've asked him to do. So, yeah, you're rolling the dice with him.
First pitch to Parker Anderson. The new pitcher for Brecksville-Broadview Heights is in there for a called strike. Trying to tell our folks on social media, hey, if you're not listening right now, what are you doing? Tune in.
Yeah.
They got 0-2 up there. Here's Glick's pitch. Breaking ball is lifted foul out of play. So we will do it again at 0-2. Anderson today is 1 for 3, an RBI single back in the first and a couple of strikeouts after that. Again, he has been the pitcher for Brecksville-Broadview Heights the last couple of innings. Brody Glick's 0-2. Swing and a miss. Anderson tardy on the fastball. Brody Glick's 5th punch out, the 11th for Comet pitching. All of those brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. And it's Brody Glick's game right now with Caden Kostiak now climbing in.
And as you mentioned, penciled in to be the starter tomorrow, but
that one missed upstairs, 1-0. That's Schneider who would be the guy to go tomorrow. So if this one continues past this 8th inning, maybe, who knows how long. We'll see how long Glick can go in this relief effort. Just 25 2/3 innings of work coming into this one. Big swing and a miss there by Kostiak. Came up empty on an off speed. Count evens up at 1-1.
If he can keep these guys at bay in the lineup, can do their job, I don't think anybody's going to shed a tear for having to make a pitching move tomorrow.
That breaking ball in there for a called strike, 1-2, as Kostiak kind of bailed out of that one maybe a fraction too early. And that one ended up catching the zone. 1-2 now. Glick into the line. Here's his 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got Kostiak on the fastball. A swing and a miss. Back-to-back punch-outs for Glick. Both brought to you by Lorain County Community College.
Does he have 6 and 2 innings and 3 innings now?
He sure does.
Yeah.
He is rocking and rolling out there on that pitching mound.
And thrust into a middle of a horrifying situation if you're in the cleanup and relief.
Yep.
It really wasn't.
Evan Greek now, the senior second baseman with 2 down, nobody on. First pitch to him, swing and a miss. Brody Glick, he is not messing around this inning, Jared. Fastball, 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 and here's another fastball for you. And they've all been blown by, these Bee hitters. Glick taking his time here on the 0-1. Now here it is. Breaking ball, missing outside, 1-1. Caden Kindle would be next in the on-deck circle. Greek today is 0 for 2, but did have a successful sacrifice bunt back in the 4th. Glick's 1-1. Fastball missed outside, 2-1. For the Comets, in the bottom half of this 8th inning, it'll be Harrison Schneider, Zach Diedrich, and Eli Toyota. Glick's 2-1. A fastball that caught the zone, 2-2. Wow, he has been electrifying here in this relief effort. What an outing for Brody Glick so far. Came on in relief for Cale Charles, went 5 innings. The pitch, strike 3 called as Brody Glick. How about it, folks? He strikes out the side here in the 8th. All of those punch outs brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. Amherst, they can smell it right now. They got to get one across, though. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Our score, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 4, Amherst 4, Comets a chance to win it after this timeout.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenience Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, get the 2026 Buick Encore GX for as low as $24,890. We make it that easy.
Bottom of the 8th here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. Harrison Schneider, Zach Diedrich, Eli Toyota. The 3 young men due up for the Comets to try to send Amherst to the Elite 8 for the 2nd straight year. Brecksville-Broadview Heights here at the Regionals for the first time in over a decade. 2009 was the last time they had gotten this far. Jared, I think to your point, these 2 teams in the same conference. They were during that time.
Common SWC opponents back then, and yeah, there were some pretty big battles going on throughout the SWC. That was quite the renaissance. Not that it's not now, but you just had a different makeup. There was no Midview or Avon in the SWC during that era.
Harrison Schneider goes after the first pitch he sees, and it's roped back up the middle for a base knock. Parker Anderson continuing to work for Brecksville-Broadview Heights, and Harrison Schneider gets this home half of the 8th started with a knock.
Credit to North Ridgeville also making the jump to the SWC. Those were West Shore Conference allies there at that point in the SWC. Looked a lot different.
Yeah, I'm always intrigued by kind of the conference history of our area. You guys mention that pack all the time. I think that one might be a personal favorite of yours based on what I've heard.
There was an Erie Shore Conference that you would have enjoyed, I think, and we can talk about that tomorrow.
All right. Zach Diedrich due up now. Harrison Schneider standing at first after the leadoff single. So I think that's Diedrich. They didn't pitch hit for him, I don't think. Yep. Here, and let's go Zach from that Comet sideline. He'll square around and bunt, and it's a good one. It's back to the pitcher, and he'll just go to first to get the easy one. And a sacrifice bunt by Zach Diedrich is beautifully executed as Harrison Schneider will move up to second on that play. So now the winning run in scoring position. And look at the love that Zach Diedrich's going to get from these guys in that come out. Jared, do you think these guys want this baseball game over there or what? My goodness.
They're starting to come to life, and it's really happened in the last half hour, 45 minutes. Unbelievable when you think about the dramatic change.
They got a little belief, and they've ran a long way with it. Can they finish the job? Eli Toyota now batting. Winning run is Harrison Schneider at second. First pitch to Eli. A breaking ball in there for a called strike 1. Zayden Rosario would be next. He's 1 for 3 today. Eli is 2 for 3. Big 2 RBI single back in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Instead, actually, Anderson's going to step off. Toyota 31 RBIs now after driving those 2 runs home in the 6th. Here's his 0-1. That one skied high right side. That's going to stay in play, and it's going to be Max Ritter in right to settle under it, and Harrison Schneider will stay put at second, unable to tag up to third. So Eli Toyota retired on the F9. So now with 2 down, it'll take a base knock, and it's Zayden Rosario, the sophomore catcher, who now climbs in. He's 1 for 3 today. He's singled in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, flew out to right in the 6th. Boy, how many putouts has Max Ritter out there in right been responsible for today for the Bees? Wow.
All the outfielders you mentioned have been busy, but the bottom of the lineup for Amherst have all proven they can do it today at some
All of them
point.
have a hit.
Yeah.
All of them have a hit. Anderson checks Schneider a couple of times, now fires. Breaking ball, fouled back, nearly getting over the fencing or netting in front of us. 0-1. Rosario, a sophomore, a .370 hitter, 9 RBIs, and if he can find a way to pick up number 10 right here, it'll send his team to the Elite 8. It'll be tomorrow here at 5. The pitch in there for a called strike, 0-2. North Canton Hoover was the victorious team on the other side of the bracket. They beat Hudson earlier in the 2 o'clock game, 4-0. In a game where the Explorers only had 1 hit. Much more dramatics late in this one. Here's the 0-2. That one fouled away. So we'll do it again. If Anderson can get through it, it'll be Caden Kindle, Peter Schermonti, and Max Ritter due up next inning for the Bees, 9-1-2. Rosario trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Needs a base knock here. Down in the count, though, 0-2. Anderson checks Schneider at second. Here it comes. That one missing low and away, 1-2. Parker Anderson in for Michael Reed, who went 6 strong innings for the Bees. Amherst finally got to him late, but it was enough to extend this ball game. Here's the 0-2. Ooh, that one misses just a hair outside, 1-2. Jared, we've seen very similar pitches called for a strike here. That one, though, I will say, maybe did look a touch outside.
A lot of discipline, a little luck there for Rosario.
Sometimes you need that. Here's the 1-2. That one into shallow right field. It's the first baseman, actually. That one didn't go nearly as far as I thought. It's Caden Kostiak at first, who settles under that one as Rosario was jammed, and the side is retired. So the Comets do get one into scoring position, but they're unable to win it here in the 8th. So why not some more free baseball? We'll go to the 9th. Our score, Brecksville 4, Amherst 4. We're back after this.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Lorain County Community College is where you'll lock in your future success. LCCC will get you prepared, get you credentialed, and get you working. Lorain County Community College. Your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
Inning number 9 here at Oberlin College. Brecksville-Broadview Heights and Amherst squared at 4 here in this Division II Regional Semifinal. And Jared, I think we're still a ways away from this, and I'm, far be it for me to try to speak this into existence, but sun setting over there to our left. Still high up there, but setting on its way down, right, over the hill. There's no lights here at Dill Field at Oberlin College, so I wonder how long can you go? What's kind of the brightness level? I don't know if there's kind of an official rule on that. Shame on me on that front.
Well, you're looking at a sunset posting up past the 9 o'clock hour at this point, so I don't think they would play till sunset, but
that's what I mean. I
got to think you're looking. I think you got another hour.
All right. Well, we 7:20 right now. We've been playing about 2.5 hours. As Brody Glick back out there for Amherst, and he fires a pitch to Caden Kindle that is fouled away. 0-1.
Boy, we just learned a lot about you. You were that guy that said, you know what, guys, I think it's getting a little dark. I might have to go home at some point.
No, absolutely not. I just, the baseball jinxes. You start to say stuff, and then it happens, and it all just falls apart. Strike 2 on a swing and a miss by Kindle. You kidding me, man? I was running around, little ghost in the graveyard action. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm not.
They say they still played that in the 90s, huh?
Yeah, early 2000s even. The 0-2, missing up and away, 1 and 2. Yeah, that was one of my favorites, man. You kidding me? That's like the week that school let out.
That's
it was,
a really
all right,
good
gang,
one.
we're running around the neighborhood.
That is a good one.
I am still to this day a bit of a night owl. Here's the 1-2. That one lifted high and foul. And where is that going? I lost track of that one. Thought that might be coming towards us. It didn't. Count stays put at 1 and 2. Oh, look at you.
Peter Parker would not be happy.
The critters and creatures have started to come out a little bit here around our table. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3. What a pitch there by Brody Glick. Caden Kindle, empty on a healthy cut. And he is set down on strikes for the first time today. That's 7th strikeout for Glick. Brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Lineup will turn back over now for Brecksville. It's senior left fielder Peter Schermanti, who is 0 for 3 today. A ground out, 2 strikeouts. He did walk, though. That was back in the second. First pitch to Schermanti is taken outside. A bender that missed. 1-0. Glick came on in relief in the 6th for Cale Charles, who went 5 innings for the Comets here today. And Glick has been pretty darn good in relief. That 1-0 pitch missed upstairs, 2-0. You wonder at some point, again, Harrison Schneider was being reserved for a potential 1-inning save situation here today. Do you maybe have to go to him at some point and do some shuffling for tomorrow? We'll see. That pitch misses outside, 3-0.
You know, this is the first point that Glick's been out in any one of his 4+ innings that he's just been, or 3+ innings that he's missed a few times.
It's 4 straight strikeouts he's riding on right now. He's struck out 6 of his last 8 batters. Here's the pitch. That one never had a shot, missed way up and in. And 4 straight wide ones allows Peter Schermanti to draw the 1-out walk here in this 9th inning. And for Glick, that is the 2nd free base he has surrendered. And will that be it for Brody as Matt Rossitano struts out to the pitcher's mound to have a conversation with Brody. And looks like he'll stick with him, maybe just talking about how they approach Max Ritter here.
I think it's a conversation about, let's be real clear about how this next sequence is going to go.
Ritter today, who will be batting after this mound meeting, struck out his last time up. That was in the 7th. He doesn't have a hit today. He's 0 for 3, but he reached on a walk in the 1st. He scored that inning. And then it was his at bat in the 5th. It was that dropped 3rd strike in the error from catcher Zayden Rosario over the head of Landon Wolf that kind of allowed things to avalanche a bit in that 5th inning. 1 run did come across for the Bees that frame. But Ritter batting here. The first pitch to him is lifted into shallow left field. It's the shortstop Bingham who has the best shot at it. And he'll go deep to his right to make the play. Wow, what an effort there by Cooper Bingham. As there's not too much wind or anything like that, but that ball's got some spin. It's tailing away from you. That's a nice play by Cooper to get the out.
Not a ton of fanfare around that play, at least as far as from our point of view, but not an easy play either. There was a lot in there.
Well, it's one you got to have, no doubt about that. So it's Wade Bender now who drew a walk and scored in the 1st, and he has struck out 3 times in a row since that. He bats here with 1 on and 2 down, tied at 4 in this Division II Regional Semi. First pitch is check swung foul out of play, 0-1. Mario Mancuso would be next, and he's had a real productive day for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. Bender just trying to get it to him. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, you betcha. Wow, caught the outside black for a strike, 0-2. Boy, Glick, I tell you, when he spots that off speed, I do not know what you can really do with that if you're an opposing batter. Glick's 0-2. Fastball missed well upstairs. Easy take there for Bender, 1-2. For the Comets in the bottom half, it'll be 9-1-2. Marquez, Wilkinson, Charles. That was the group that found a way to manufacture a run in the 7th to send this to extras. Glick checks the runner. Here's the 1-2. That one drilled towards right field. That ball's got carry to it. Cole Charles looking up, and it's gone. No, it's off the fence. It's off the fence. It's off the fencing there in right. Rounding third, heading for home, and scoring is Peter Shermanti. That ball not a home run. I thought that cleared the fences, Jared. My apologies. But it's a 2-out double for Wade Bender here in the 9th.
And scores a run.
That scores Peter Shermanti. Wow.
Unbelievable carry. I was not far off of that estimation. I thought it might have been gone as well.
Well, he was holding up his finger. Wade Bender was the number one, as if he had gotten all of it. And I thought certainly he did. Charles was looking up the whole way. That took him basically to the track out there, and that must have really just clipped the top of that fencing and came back into play. But it's enough to give Brecksville-Broadview Heights the lead here in the 9th. Wow. Mario Mancuso now up the bat, taking that first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Bender had been struck out 3 times in a row heading into that at bat, Jared. And he pushed that aside to maybe hit the hardest ball here today.
Certainly.
Glick's 1-0. Fastball in there at the knees for a called strike. Yeah, man, I thought for sure that ball carried out of here. I couldn't tell if that really hit the fencing or had gotten over or what, but
one of the shorter parts of the ballpark,
yeah,
but still
exactly.
330-ish.
Stayed in. Glick checks that runner at second. Here's his 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. 1-2 now to Mancuso. Pride myself on trying not to have those false home run calls. Really did think that one got out of here, but thankfully for the Comets, it did not. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball. That one in the left field for a base knock. They're going to wave Bender home from third. The throw in is cut off, and it's another RBI base knock for Mario Mancuso, his second of the day, and it's a 2-run lead for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. 6-4 Bees now here in the 9th. Wade Bender coming home to score.
Boy, and that one not quite what you would call the backbreaker, but an insurance run that nonetheless feels like real big in a 6-4 ball game.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah. That is huge.
Yeah, but it's just, you got to put that behind you if you're Glick right now and just worry about trying to get out of this inning. And
Carter Ponte now batting, the senior catcher. First pitch from Glick to him is hit towards the second baseman, Toyota. He'll go to Landon Wolf at first. It draws him off the bag, but Wolf able to contain it and puts the tag on Ponte. And the side is retired, but the damage done for Brecksville-Broadview Heights. They plate 2 here in the 9th, and once again, the Comets will have to try to rally in the bottom half. Again, it's Cole Marquez, Nick Wilkinson, Cole Charles due up for the Comets. They need 2 to keep their season alive. Can they do it? We're back after this.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Bottom of the 9th here at Dill Field at Oberlin College. And if this is your first time listening to a high school baseball game, no, they do not usually go to 9 innings. We are in extras. As the Comets, they were down 4-3. Amherst was heading into that bottom of the 7th inning. They manufactured one to get it to extras, and Brecksville-Broadview Heights, they put 2 across there in that top half of the 9th. Wade Bender on a ball that I thought was a home run and ended up being a RBI double, scoring Peter Shermanti. And then Mario Mancuso able to drive home Bender on an RBI single. And so it's now 6-4, Brecksville-Broadview Heights, with 3 outs potentially left in the Comets season. It'll be 9-1-2. Cole Marquez, Nick Wilkinson, and Cole Charles due up for the Comets here in this bottom of the 9th. It was Marquez who had that infield chopper of a single, Jared, in the 7th that got things started. Wilkinson, the sacrifice bunt. Bingham brought him home on the sac fly. And they're going to need more than that this time around, though.
Well, I think the message has to be, hey, they just put 2 on the board. We can do the same thing. We put 3 on the board in the 6th inning. We're no strangers to being down.
Marquez today, 1 for 3. First pitch to him. That one misses outside, 1-0. And is that still Parker Anderson for Brecksville-Broadview Heights?
Yes.
It is. His 3rd inning of relief. That pitch missing outside, 2-0. Michael Reed started the game today. He went 6 strong innings, allowing 3. The 2-0. That one in there for a called strike. Caught the corner, 2-1. Nick Wilkinson again after this. Cole Charles in the hole. Here's the 2-1. Fastball, in there for a called strike. That one maybe even a little further outside. And Marquez, he's shaking his head at that one, but count evens up nonetheless at 2-2. Jonathan Pooler is the home plate umpire today. Chris Howard has been at first. Tim Ward at 3rd. I think these guys have been pretty darn good here this afternoon.
I would agree. And
pretty consistent zone,
They've been
I'd
consistent.
say. Yeah, that's all you can ask for. Here's the 2-2 from Parker Anderson to Cole Marquez. Fastball missed, 3-2. Boy, Anderson going for that same exact spot, but maybe push that one a skosh too far outside. 3-2 now to Marquez. Just need base runners. You've said that a couple of times. The pitch, swing, and a foul tip held onto by the catcher Ponte. And Marquez is set down on strikes. That strikeout brought to you by our friends at Lorain County Community College. That's the first one for Parker Anderson, just the 5th for Brecksville-Broadview Heights pitching. Lineup turns back over now to Nick Wilkinson, junior center fielder.
Nick Wilkinson.
Can he try to get something going here with 1 down? He's a lefty against the righty Anderson. Parker takes a deep breath. His pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Wilkinson 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt in the 7th. 0-1 to him. Check swing. Did he go? They'll appeal. Yes, he did, says third base umpire Tim Ward. 0-2.
Real tough spot now. Down to the count 0-2. Have to protect here. As we've seen, Anderson really likes to nibble up high.
Anderson set. Here's his 0-2. Breaking ball. Missed outside. Carter Ponte, though, pointing to his pitcher saying, yep, that's where I wanted it. Just keep following my lead. 1-2 the count on Wilkinson. Here it comes. Strike 3 called on the outside black. And Nick Wilkinson is set down looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Parker Anderson, both brought to you by Lorain County Community College. And just like that, Jared, Comets are down to their final out. It's junior right fielder Cole Charles.
Cole Charles has a chance here to keep this game going, but they, as we talked about it, needed to get a base runner to those first 2 here. Now 2 down. And
Cole Charles swinging at that first pitch. It's a fair ball. It's gloved by Kostiak. He'll step on the first base bag, and that'll do it. Brecksville-Broadview Heights wins this Division II Regional Semifinal. They end the season of the Amherst Comets by a final score of 6-4. What a ball game this was here at Oberlin College, and I know for our local Lorain County folks, look, we try to stay as unbiased as humanly possible on these broadcasts, but plain and simple, Amherst, our local team in Lorain County, you can't help but feel for head coach Matt Rossitano and his guys, as they had a goal this year to try to get back to that state championship game, and it's a goal that's going to come short here today at Oberlin College. Again, your final score, Brecksville-Broadview Heights 6, Amherst 4. EcoTree Services postgame show coming your way right after this.
Hi, Tim Elfield, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy. Whether you're upgrading to a rugged Sierra or a refined Buick Encore GX, we make the experience better from start to finish. Right now, get the 2026 Buick Encore GX for as low as $24,890. We make it that easy.
Are you undecided about your future and overwhelmed by the options? Well, don't worry, you're not alone. Lorain County Community College has helped thousands of students just like you find their future career. From short-term training programs to transfer options all the way to bachelor degrees, our programs are designed to set you up for future success. Lorain County Community College, your goals, your career, your future. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, you're not just a customer, you're family. And this month, you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on all Ford vehicles. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Graduation season is here, so make North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco your one-stop graduation party spot. From crowd-pleasing Little Chet's Chicken to fresh jelly trays, cookie trays, and fully prepared party trays, they've got everything you need to feed your guests without the stress. Stock up on ice and drinks, snacks and desserts to keep the celebration going all day long. For everything you need for your graduate, except the diploma, stop by your locally owned and operated North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco on Center Ridge and Barton Roads.
This is the EcoTree Services post-game show. EcoTree Services, they are your complete tree care company, and it is a final here from Dill Field at Oberlin College. Heartbreak for the Amherst Comets as they see their season come to a close. The Comets 25-3 coming into this one, and it was Brecksville-Broadview Heights that was just too much for the Comets here today. Congratulations to their head coach, Mark Hassinger. Jared, these are guys that they haven't been to the regionals since 2009, and this is clearly a team that, you know, knew this was, I don't want to say once in a lifetime or anything overly dramatic like that, but it had been quite some time, and they clearly did not want to waste this opportunity here at the regionals, and that's not saying that Amherst did waste this opportunity, right? Like, these are just two very good clubs that came together here today, but somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose in these ones, and Brecksville-Broadview Heights, they made the plays, they limited the mistakes. They were just a better team, I think, here this afternoon.
Give them credit. Their pitching matchups were good. They came out with a great plan. I thought Ponte called a great game.
Oh,
I thought he did real well for them as far as keeping them in it throughout. And, they got down. They allowed the Amherst comeback, but they never actually operated as if they were out of the game. And that's tough to do, too, when you think about the team that doesn't necessarily have the pedigree of being there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no question about that. And, again, just congratulations to Brecksville-Broadview Heights Bees manager and head coach Mark Hassinger. Fantastic win for him and his guys, and heart certainly goes out to Amherst head coach Matt Rossitano. There's a lot of guys that are going to be back once again next year. I know we kind of said that after the Anthony Wayne game last season, but every year is different. Coaches know that. I've certainly found that out since kind of joining that coaching ranks, and just a great senior class. You think of guys like Landon Wolf, Cole Marquez,
right.
Just so many guys up and down that Amherst lineup that you just applaud them on fantastic careers, and you certainly feel for them. Final line score here today. Again, this is the EcoTree Services postgame show. Brecksville a winner over Amherst 6-4. Brecksville 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they stranded 8, believe it or not. Amherst 4 runs, 7 hits, so the Comets end up out-hitting Brecksville here today. 3 errors, though, for the Comets in the field. They strand 7, and I think those two numbers right there. Again, Brecksville, they stranded their fair share of runners as well, but those 3 errors in a regional semifinal when you have two teams like this, it's just you can't afford. We said it, Ron and I said it after EC's loss yesterday. You give teams bases, you give them extra outs, you give them extra opportunities. It's going to come back to bite you, and I think that was just the case for the Comets here today.
Yeah, and then they almost had the opportunity they had waited for all afternoon long to convert after having some of those misfortunes early. But, yeah, I think a guy like Matt Rossitano understands just exactly what you're saying, extra outs to really any team, let alone a team that is here for a reason.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough for you to be able to overcome those, and let alone to do it 3 times.
And it for him, I'm sure, has to be extra frustrating talking about Coach Roz, because I just going back to our phone call just this morning, just a couple of hours ago, he had told me, last year we make that run to Canal Park, we get to that game against Anthony Wayne, and he told me, he's like, Rocco, I don't think at any point we played our best baseball. Which sounds crazy, right? They get to a state title game, and he still feels like they never played their best baseball. He felt they were playing a better brand of baseball this tournament run than they were last year, and that's just sort of the mystifying part of this game, Jared. We love it and we hate it at the same time. You think, everything's going well, we're doing things the right way, and you just run into a buzzsaw, and it all comes to a screeching halt far, far before you're ready for it to come to an end.
And it's tough to argue what Matt's sentiments were, talking about that at 25-3 and saying we still have more to do, we can get better. He meant it. He believed it. He believes everything he says out there. He believes in his ability as a coach. He believes in the guys' ability out there and him putting them into great places in terms of being able to have success. So, everything out here is earned for these guys regardless.
Boy, that is, it's tough looking to our left, those Amherst fans or the Amherst players still making their way off the field, hugs being exchanged. Roz still finding a way to do some post-game media chatter. Certainly we appreciate his efforts in working with us. We won't bother him here on our post-game, but really appreciate what he was able to do in just terms of working with us, all season long, really his entire stint since becoming the Amherst head baseball coach. He has been tremendously gracious with us. Well, Jared, we said it in the broadcast. Amherst, our last local Lorain County baseball or softball team, so spring sports here on WEOL are officially in the books, which means one full school sports season of this new format on WEOL. We were just thrilled to bring you guys games live on video, games live on YouTube. Even if we didn't have the video component like today, we have the scoreboard for you with the live audio. Really just appreciate our sponsors first and foremost that help make this possible, the work of all of our guys. You, of course, are a huge part of that. Guys like Dave Rydell, who we mentioned with his field day for local ham radio coming up as well. And really to you as well, the viewers and listeners. None of this continues to happen for WEOL without your viewership, without your support. We've gotten loads of fantastic comments about this new format and still being able to cover our tremendous local high school athletes, because that's ultimately what it's about. We love doing it. We love sports, but really it's about getting these kids their coverage and their recognition. And it was a real good honor to do that, I think, this season. In its capacity here at the end of baseball season, being able to just briefly reflect on that now. Job well done, I think, all the way around.
And I would agree. And again, the biggest thanks would go to you as far as getting us to where we needed to be from a schematic standpoint and coming up with a format that would work, and being pretty patient as far as the training for some of us. Well, we got a little younger, too, in personnel and called in some folks that hadn't worked with us to this point and asked Nick Hershey to do a few things he hadn't done yet, and Zach Sprady had come along. But just, the commitment that I think that our organization is trying to make to say, hey, familiar names and faces that you trust that have brought you sports for all these years at the high school level, they're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to make that product better. And, that's something where, when you get everybody standing behind that, you galvanize that and you feel good. And certainly, despite the result here today, we still feel good about what we have moving forward product-wise.
No question about that. And so we'll see what we can do over the summer. We'll maybe try to get a little creative, get you guys some broadcasts of some different events that do happen this summer. But, again, just a big thanks to everybody who made this possible all season long, from football to basketball, all the way through baseball and softball. Really appreciate everybody who joined us on WEO. Well, thanks, Casey. It's Casey Wolf, athletic director for Amherst over there to our left. Man, you feel for him as well, watching his son Landon play his final high school baseball game here today. That's tough, not only as an AD, obviously, but more importantly as a father.
Parental element of it, and Case does a really good job of separating that.
No question. Yeah. So, again, just a big thanks to everybody who was a part of, WEOL this postseason, for baseball, softball today, for this Amherst and Brecksville-Broadview Heights game, and really all season long going all the way back to football. Just really want to thank everybody who made everything possible this year on WEOL. Again, we'll try to keep you busy over the summer, but who knows what fun we'll have in store from you come football season. We'll certainly be doing this more for football, hopefully in a bigger, better scale, right? We'll kind of take the summer to dive into that, but really just appreciate everybody. So some housekeeping before we say goodbye. Big thanks to site director here at Oberlin College, Mark Zafka, for hosting us here today. Really appreciate his hospitality and all the guys here. It's an excellent production they put on for these kids. A big thanks to the folks at Brecksville-Broadview Heights. They helped me get some name pronunciations and everything ahead of this one. And obviously big thanks to Amherst head coach Matt Rossitano, not only today, but again all season long, kind enough to share lineups, stats, all of that good stuff. He was very interactive with us all season long, as he always is. So we appreciate him on that front. And again, this WEOL Diamond Duel on WEOL.com and on the Chronicle YouTube channel was brought to you by your North Ridgeville Convenient Sunoco at Center Ridge and Barton Roads, Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title, insurance, and escrow services across Ohio, Nick Abraham Buick GMC, and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria, Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs, and Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. One final time from Dill Field at Oberlin College. Your final score, Amherst. They fall to Brecksville-Broadview Heights by a final score of 6-4. For Jared Kozar, for all of us at WEOL, I am Rocco Nucci saying thank you for tuning in once more here this spring for some tournament baseball. We will see you guys when we see you over the summer. Have a great rest of your